Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Casey Broadhead. I am the Dungeon Master for Nightcastle Services. So excited for you guys to be here. We're going to be jumping straight into our campaign here, the Fall of Shadowfell. Really quick, some announcements. If you want to play with us, feel free to check out the website to the side. And if you want to see our videos after the fact or want to tell anybody about them, they'll be on YouTube this upcoming Tuesday. Will be when this particular recording will go out. The YouTube channel is there as well, that you can see. Yeah, those are basically our announcements. So I'm just going to jump straight in. After leaving Fae, our heroes have traveled their way in the general direction of the Blizzard Zone, encountering a situation where our party decided to split ways for a moment. Our heroes found themselves in a dire situation, with 3 of them nearly being killed, being saved by an unknown source that is still yet to be determined. Now, at this point, our heroes have arrived at the quiet village of Orster, and are currently in process of investigating a particular castle that one of the wings seems to have been taken over by a monster from what they've. After discovering the particular monster to be a gorgon, our heroes have mixed feelings while still in pursuit. Allow me to transition us over so you can see our lovely adventurers. Okay, so hello all. Right now, we are still in initiative order. We're just going to go straight back up to the top with Frey.
All right.
So just to really quick reiterate for those who weren't here, let me do that real quick. Sorry.
Yes.
So basically, at this point, over to our right over here, we can see the current. The gorgon seems to be carrying away our friend Ray's. Frey is close by, following, and the rest of our party are lagging behind with some of these smaller goblins currently attacking our friend way over here. So, as of right now, Frey, it is your turn.
All right. I do not have a weapon. I will rush up to the gorgon.
Okay.
And attempt to grapple her.
Okay. Make a contested grapple check in 1.
Dirty 20.
Back.
Sorry, dirty 20
Dirty
on
20.
the grapple check.
Nice. Dirty 20. Okay, let me roll that contested here. All right, you grab her. So you're currently holding her. So as you rush forward, you kind of wrap your arms around from behind, and you're holding on to her currently. But she's definitely, this particular creature is definitely meant to break these kinds of holds.
Interesting. All right. Well, I'm gonna make sure I turn away and not looking.
Okay.
Because that seems to be detrimental.
Yes.
And then I guess I'll call out to Raze and ask if Raze is okay.
Okay. Raze, you're welcome to respond.
Oh. I would genuinely just say, I think she's friendly.
Well, if she's friendly, she wouldn't mind a hug.
Okay.
Yep, that's my turn.
Okay. As of this moment, it's the gorgon's turn. She is, so just so you, as a reminder, Frey, your knife is in her back.
Oh yes.
So just to remind you, you watch as you feel like this hiss from her. She's going to attempt to break your grapple, so I need you to make contested.
Oh, okay. 19.
Okay. You kind of prep and brace as you feel her body like kind of twist and contort, and then you watch as her lower half, the snake-like part of her body, twists out and trips you. It drops you. You let go. You're on the ground. You don't take any damage from this, but you're on the ground currently. I need you to really quick make me a saving throw as she, wisdom saving throw, as she just kind of like glances over. You see these terrified eyes look at you on the ground.
Ooh.
So make me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save at 22.
Nice. Okay, you are slowed, but you are not frozen.
Yep.
As soon as she kind of glances over and like sees you on the ground there, she's going to use all of her movement to just run and take Raise with her. And as she goes, you Raise hear like grunts of pain from her as she's going. And you hear like the faint whispering in Celestial of her just saying, "Why me? Every time. Please," as she's just going. As of this moment, Rammus, you're up.
Is everything okay over there?
Where?
Just gonna shout ahead. Like, I heard you shout something, probably. Like, you just shouted.
Yeah.
To Raid, right?
Yeah, you would have heard that.
Can
Also,
I respond?
question, are these boxes actually there, or are they just part of the map?
No, they are actually there.
Amazing. Well, I still can't see. I shouldn't have switched from the light cantrip, but I did, and it's too late now. So I'm probably going to run directly into Evangeline.
Okay, so yeah, you run directly into Evangeline from behind.
Oh, sorry. I can't see. Sorry. And I'm gonna try to just kind of push past her.
Okay, you hit a box.
Run into the box, be like, fiddlesticks.
Okay.
And just
Okay. Sure.
Eventually run into the wall over there. I'm sorry, I keep making those stuff.
You're good.
I keep making those. Yeah.
You're good.
I'm just gonna try to go as far as I can towards the noise that I heard.
All right. Yeah, you make your way. You eventually, as you're kind of rounding around that corner, you notice what isn't as apparent for those with dark vision. You notice that on the walls, there's a faint bioluminescent moss on them in this particular hallway you're about to enter. So you still can't quite see, but you can see like the light of it from around the corner.
Oh, I can see walls at least.
Yes.
Right. Because I'm not using my action or anything, I might as well just dash over.
Okay. As you round the corner, you see the silhouette of Frey.
All right. I'm not gonna run into him.
Okay.
Yay. What's happening? Did you see something? Can you see?
Yeah. No, it's still running down the hall with Rays.
Of course it is. I'm gonna. That was 15 more feet, so I'm gonna just go around him, go up here, and then I'm gonna use portal.
Okay.
She's down the hall, yes. Because that's what he said. And so I'm just gonna portal down the hall.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, as you are portaling, you're good. As you're portaling, you as you cast it, you feel a strange just feeling. You can't quite place it yet. You know it's an emotion. You know it's negative. But you can't quite place it yet. Frey, you would also begin to feel this. Next up, it is Umbron.
Yep.
You are unfrozen at this point. So, Umbron, if he's here, I don't know.
I think
Umran,
he died.
Are you?
He's
You're
invisible.
muted for us.
All right. Well,
I
skip it.
am muted.
Oh, there you go. It's
Yeah.
your turn.
Okay.
These portals would be gone.
Yeah, I know.
I can get.
Also, 3 of us have bless on us. Just a reminder.
Oh, I gotta use that on my skill check. Dang it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're one of them.
Unfortunate.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my action to attack if attacked.
Okay.
Well, do I want to do that? Yeah, sure. And then I will try to tell this guy empathic that I don't want to fight it, but like it stabs me again.
Okay. Make
Sorry,
me a
didn't go very well.
persuasion check.
So I'm now realizing I do not have my character sheet up. So give me a sec. I'm guessing I didn't do super well. That's a 15.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you say this, and he just kind of like, what? He just kind of like cocks his head at you, and he's like, seems slightly uncertain. We're going. Next up is Evangeline.
Ooh. Okay, I'm going to continue my. Am I still slowed, right?
Yeah.
That's not.
Wait, actually,
fun.
sorry, you would not. It has been 2 full rounds.
Cool.
You are not slowed.
Mhm. There. Can I? Am I counting the boxes right? Oh, I'd be one more ahead.
That's
Okay,
without
so I have-
dashing.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna use the remaining to dash.
Okay.
I'm not Umrod. Frey's in my way, isn't he? Is he blocking the whole hall?
I
No.
am prone, so you can step over me.
Yeah, you can just walk over him. Step on him a little bit, on the way past.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Put your heel right through his eyeball.
Yikes.
And I don't think I have an action after that because I dashed, right?
No, but you do have a bonus if you want to do anything with it.
Bonus action. I still have her hex though.
You're partially. Oh, no, you don't. Okay.
I can't really do anything else. I
Okay.
already hexed her, so there's no point in that. So, all right, I'll just end my turn.
All right. Next up is these guys. This little goblin over here is just gonna come running out of the hallway. And because it's confused and it doesn't know what to do, it's going to just kind of look up and down the hallway and then it's gonna make an attack at Evangeline, which it misses entirely. So it's and then runs at you, and you just kind of sidestep, and it just runs straight into the wall. It is this one is not going to attack you, Umberon, because it doesn't need to, and you convinced it. This one is going to move over here, and this one is going to move over here.
I don't like that they're following us. I don't like them.
Okay, and it is after their turn. It is Ray's turn.
Okay. Can I not see into the room that's past us?
No, the doors are still closed. There are these stone blocks. The doors that you just went through, she basically turned to the side and shouldered them open.
Okay. I'm going to say to her in Celestial, put me down, I want to help you.
Okay. Make me a persuasion check, please.
Oh no. That's not good.
think you might be one of the people with my bless, by the way.
I think you are.
I am?
I think so.
I think it was you, Ramus, and Frey, because you guys were up front.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. What do I add to bless again?
D4.
D4.
Oh, that's
So I got a total of 3 with bless.
Wait, what?
Nice. Okay.
I have a -3 to my charisma
Oh my-
modifier.
Okay, so
Okay.
you say this, and she's just gonna keep going. She's not gonna put you down.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to do on your turn? You can attempt to break. It's technically considered a grapple at this point.
Yeah. I don't want to seem hostile.
I think she's pretty hostile.
With that charisma check, you seem hostile to anyone.
Can I activate rage?
You can, sure.
I'm just gonna do that. Just in case.
Okay. All right, and then Sarah, you're up.
My turn. I'm just gonna. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, don't do that. Okay, we're gonna go. I think I'm just dashing, so.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, yeah, I'm just dashing.
Okay.
Which puts me here.
All right. Perfect. Next up, after your turn, it is Frey. Back up.
All right. Man, I cannot move very much at all because I have to stand back up. So that gives me what, 5 feet left after standing up.
If you dash, you could make it to my portal.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna make it through the portal.
Okay.
And
Hey.
then I will use my bonus action to command Viana.
Okay.
To move towards the Gorgon. Viana has a movement speed of 40 feet.
All right. Let me see if I can
And
find a
then-
fun token real quick.
Yeah.
Just do this. But yeah, keep going with your turn. I'll just find this real quick.
Oh, and then I was just gonna bonus action command Viana to grapple the Gorgon.
Okay.
As
Oh wait,
you're
Hold on.
slow, right?
You're gonna have the
I'm slowed.
tiny dragon.
yeah, I don't think it can grapple a creature of medium size.
I think it can try, but I don't think it's gonna work very well.
I think the rule is you cannot grapple something more than one size larger than you.
He's tiny.
Yeah, it's tiny, small, and then medium. So at least medium. In that case,
You have control of that token.
all right. Thank you. Yeah, I really can't do much. Yeah, I'll just send Viana over here.
Sounds good. As she goes like past, you hear like from around that corner here. As
And
she
she's
goes
gonna
past.
hold a reaction to attack anyone who any enemy that gets near her.
Sounds good. Is that your turn?
Yes, that's my turn.
The Gorgon is just going to run
Right there. There we go.
straight into this room. Okay. Allow me to really quickly reveal some things.
What kind of
She gonna
person designed
sacrifice
this
me?
castle?
Okay. All right. As you round and like come through these doors, to your left, Rays, you see that there's the desk there. And immediately, like, this room actually seems more homey. Like there's actually a fire in this hearth right ahead up here.
Okay.
I'm actually just gonna reveal this whole area. There's no reason for me not to. As you just enter in there, the hearth is lit. As you get there, you look and you see sitting like on the ground in front of the hearth. You can see that there's you can see that they're sitting there appear to be 4 individuals. They're just sitting there looking at the fire. They seem to be humanoid. One of them is definitely a human male, but you can't tell a lot from behind. One of them is probably a gnome, seeming just slightly shorter than you. And they're sitting there just kind of looking at their... the gorgon, as she goes in, she is going to just keep dashing, and she's actually just going to set you down. And then she's going to... like, as she sets you down, you feel like a kind, gentle hand, like, brush the side of your face. And then she's going to turn around and start heading back.
Oh, she's gonna grab Frey now.
And it is, after that, Ramus, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna. Nope, that's not what I wanted to grab. But it is nice that I can grab that, so I can just put it in there so that it goes away. Anyway, I'm gonna run around Frey because I can barely see him. There's still the bioluminescent algae on the walls here, right?
Yes, you can see.
All right.
You can actually see, like, these doors have been left a crack over here, and you can actually see, like, light coming from this room.
Oh, wonderful. Rays?
Um,
Rays? Where'd you go?
As you're getting there, you're seeing these far doors opening, and you can see the gorgon opening them. I need a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, no. That's a big ol' 6.
Okay, you round the corner, and you... just stop. Next up is... Maran, you're up.
Okay, so past. Oh, I'm in the wrong tool. Past right here is pitch black, right?
Yes.
Okay.
these
I'm
two-
going to walk on over here.
Okay.
And ask my buddy old pal if he knows, like, any way to dispel darkness, because I can't see in it.
Okay. Unfortunately, I do not know his spell list.
Oh, that's right. I totally, like, mind goofed and forgot he's not here.
Yeah, he's not here. I don't know his spell list, so I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you, he does not know how to do that.
Not yet.
Oh. So
As
we'll just
far
say
as
he
I'm
says
aware.
no, in which case, I guess I will start heading back and I'll just go through the darkness, I guess.
Okay. Evangeline, you're up.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. So she just went to the door in front, right? So she just went down the hall and out of my sight?
Yes, the gorgon did. And you see Ramus is just got frozen. You can see him.
Okay, let's see.
At least we
so
got a
I'm-
warning.
So yeah, I'm gonna assume she's there. So I'm gonna put my eyes to the ground.
Okay.
So the brim of my hat is covering where she would be in front of me.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna run.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. I can make it to there. Would those 2 goblins right there attack me on my way past, or?
So you're just running past?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want you to make me an intimidation check.
Okay. I'm pretty good at those.
Staring
Okay.
down at the ground.
Let's see. Well, I am covered in black and with
Yeah.
a gun drawn. So let's see. 23.
23. All right. They're not gonna make attacks. They're actually just gonna shrink up against the walls as you run past. With your hood down, you can see like the lower half of the gorgon in the doorway right here.
Okay. And for my bonus, can I just like hide my eyes even more so she can't like try and get a view into my face?
Sure.
Okay, because Raze isn't with her. I can probably tell because I can't see her feet, right?
Yeah, you don't see rays from what you're seeing.
Okay. Alright, then I'm not gonna fire or do anything, so we're set.
Okay. Please make me a wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Yeah.
What? I can't see your face.
I know.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
You have a disadvantage on this.
Oh, why though?
What? Casey, what are you doing?
A wisdom save?
Yeah, wisdom save.
That is a 12.
12. Okay. You see like the legs. You don't see rays. And you think for a moment like, okay, like I'll just kind of play this safe for a second, and then an overwhelming rage begins just filling you. A hatred of this gorgon, of they took your friend, this anger of just things are wrong, what happened to your partner, all of this stuff just comes boiling through you. Your form of dread begins to just spread along the ground. You look up, meeting the gorgon's eyes, and you do not get frozen. And you're just, this hate is boiling off of you. I need you to make 4 shots against the gorgon.
Oh, that one is probably gonna hit. The first one is... Let's see. 15 plus 6 probably hits.
Yep, that hits.
14.
Does not.
That one doesn't hit. 24.
That hits.
Okay, so 2 hit.
And then I need you to make one more roll. I said 4 shots.
Oh, 4?
Yeah.
I did do 4, didn't I?
No, you haven't told me the 4th roll.
Oh, I said one of them missed, though.
Oh, okay. Then you're good. All right, those 2 shots roll damage, please.
Goodbye, Gorgon. Sorry. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. 14 for one.
Okay.
9 for the other.
Okay. She's still up.
Oof.
Okay, so you feel like this hate, this rage just building through you. The edges of your vision seem to be this mix of black and red. And you feel all over your body the burning of flames as you raise the gun and just fire the hammer back 4 times. Firing faster than you ever have before. As you just pump these shots into her. You watch as the first shot connects with her upper collarbone and the next into her abdomen. And she just, you watch as she coughs, and this mix of red blood and purple, almost like a poison, are sprayed out onto the ground. I need everybody to roll me wisdom saves except for Frey. TC and Vienna, you have disadvantage on this.
Oh no.
Frozen.
I don't like this.
We love rolling
Happy
d8s before
13.
the session.
Oh no.
Dice before the session? What are you talking about?
So much fun.
Angeline?
Nothing.
You guys are killing
I
me.
am a little bit nervous here. I don't have a great wisdom.
Okay. Anyone over 20 with that? No one over 20. Anyone over 15?
I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. But no one else got over
Your
15?
reaction was me.
Okay, perfect.
I got 14.
Okay.
I rolled
So,
a natural 20 and then a 4.
Me too. I rolled a natural 20 and then he said disadvantage. Come on, man.
Sorry,
And
you
a
two
four.
rolled a number that meant disadvantage.
Boa?
All right, as you... So, Umberon, I'm going to do this through your perspective. You begin kind of running through the area, like kind of just moving your way towards the darkness. And you suddenly see this pulse of red move through the hallway. And you like instinctively kind of turn to the side and kind of like put kind of your shoulder to it, and you feel a wave of anger and hatred spread over you. And you, as it hits you, you feel everything bad that's ever been done to you. Everything, every awful moment, every slighted chance anyone's ever taken to hurt you or say anything bad about your family, anything like that seems to like wash over you, and for a moment you feel like you're going to be consumed by this anger and hatred before you kind of grit your teeth and kind of shrug it off, using the mental strength that you've been building for years trying to master magic to just push yourself through it. As you turn, you see the goblin that stopped attacking you before. You watch as its eyes suddenly just open wider, almost a blank stare. And you watch as a almost molten red, kind of a burning coal, seems to replace the irises. For the rest of you, you feel this wash over you. Ramus, you are no longer frozen. As this washes over you, you feel, starting with Ramus, you feel this anger just wash over you on the floor. Why can't you help your friends? Why can't you just be good enough? What's wrong with you? You get this feeling of like, why would your family abandon you? Why would they be angry at you? What did you do wrong? As this just hate and anger just washes over you. The world is out to get you. Frey, you feel this sense of just this hate, this anger, this injustice of the world having shunted your family to be poor for so long. This just anger, this uncontrollable hate seeming to just wash over you. Sarah, you see the faces of your family, these scoffs you are sure are on their faces. You feel the anger of never having done anything wrong, some disappointment in yourself and anger with yourself, but overall having done nothing wrong, this just anger, this hate seeming to build. These people you're with, you don't know if you trust them yet, and there's this hate that seems to build towards them as well. Or Raise, as you step in this hallway, you see, as you're kind of just stepping forward, step up next to these individuals and kind of glance down, your hand touching the male human's shoulder, and you feel cold stone. And you feel this pulse hit you. And every moment washes over you. Every moment of pain, every moment of scorn, every spit in your face, every kick, every moment that you went through anything in your life rushes over you, and the rage that you're already in turns into a berserk-like flare of anger at everything and everyone. You are all considered hostile to each other at this moment, except for Umberon, who is nowhere near. The goblins also, Umberon would be the only one to truly notice this, but the goblins also seem to have increased in size to now about medium. They've increased to around hobgoblin size. They're slightly taller than Rays now. the gorgon, you see Evangeline, as you look at her, you see and you get this just grotesque feeling of pleasure as you see the fear begin to come over her eyes of someone who recognizes you, of someone who knows you and is terrified of you. As you flip out the canister from your like the magazine from your gun and just casually put another in, staring her right in the face. Frey, it's your turn. Actually, sorry, it would be the goblin's turn. I forgot that was just Evangeline's turn. I need the goblins to go here. This one is going to run down the corridor, and it's going to attempt to tackle you, Frey. Please make me an attempt to... Actually, this should just be a strength check, because it's just trying to knock you over. It's not trying to grapple you.
Frey, you're muted.
Thanks. That is a 25.
Okay? You feel something slam into you behind, and this anger just comes over you, and you turn around and you see this creature that you hadn't seen before. One of these larger goblins is now like growling and looking at you, having not been able to bowl you over. These two, this one's just going to run straight at Ramus, and this one's going to try and grab Evangeline. The one attempting to grab you, Ramus, I need you to make a contested grapple.
That's not very good. That's a 6.
6, okay. It grabs you, and it's going to, as a bonus action, bite you.
Okay.
Does a 19 hit?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. You take 4 points of piercing damage.
Wow.
As it just bites into your neck, and you feel a small... For just a moment, you wonder why you're so angry, and then it flares back up again. Then Evangeline, this one's just going to make a spear attack against you. That
Hey.
is a 16 to hit.
That actually does it have disadvantage since I'm in
Form of
I have
Dread?
Form of Dread right now.
No, it doesn't have disadvantage.
Oh, but I do get temporary hit points, right?
Yeah, you get temporary hit points. You need to roll
Okay,
those.
But it does hit.
Hit.
It is going to just do this with its spear. Okay, that's 5 points of piercing damage. As it just like stabs you in the leg. And you just feel like the searing pain, and you turn around and look at it, and you see this thing just looking you in the eyes. This just the same burning hatred in its eyes that you have in yours. At this point, this one back here is going to run at Umberon, and make some attacks.
Friends.
19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. You take 10 points of piercing damage. As it just like stabs you right below your collarbone, with a spear. And you can see like the blazing hatred in its eyes, looking just directly at you. At this point, it is Ray's turn. Ray's at this point. At this point, everything is hostile to you.
And like, I basically don't have thoughts.
You have thoughts,
Other
but
than-
they're only
okay.
of anger and hate.
Okay. Well, I guess I'd go for that goblin next to me then.
Okay. Yeah, make an attack roll.
Alright. I wouldn't think to throw my axe right now, would I?
I mean, you're just angry. So what do you think she would do if she was just full of anger?
Oh, she would just attack it.
Okay.
Okay, that is a 17 to hit.
17 does hit. Roll damage.
That is... 13... 15.
15 damage.
Yes.
Okay. You walk up to this thing, even though it's grown in size, you just feel like this laughter building inside of you. And you just laugh as you take, and you don't even swing. You just reach forward, grab it by the neck, lift it off the ground, and smash. And then you just drop it on the ground. And your eyes just turn around looking for anything else you could fight. Anything else on your turn?
I might be able to... Wait, so... With Reckless Attack, would that allow me to attack another one?
No. Reckless Attack simply gives you an advantage on a single attack.
Okay, sounds good. Sorry.
Well, advantage on every attack on your turn.
Yeah. Well, I will start going towards this one in the corner.
Okay, perfect. Next up is Sarah.
I'm trying to decide on what you would do at this point.
Okay.
Because I have two ideas. Both of them include attacking. But one of them could end in utter destruction of everything around.
Okay.
We're gonna go with the option number 2 in my head, which is the not destroying everything.
Okay.
So he's going to raise his hand above his head, and like snowflakes will coalesce around from his arm and form into a dagger.
Okay.
And he's going to cast Ice Knife at the little goblin. Well, the big goblin thing.
Yeah. All right. Make an attack roll.
This is
And which one are you firing at? The one down here or the one up here?
the one directly next to Frey.
Okay, perfect. Make an attack roll.
An 11?
That does not hit.
Okay. I need both Frey and this goblin to make a dex saving throw. 14 is the target.
The goblin fails.
Huh?
19.
Okay.
Free.
So you
You succeed. The goblin takes 5 cold damage.
Okay.
As the knife explodes.
Okay.
Do I take any?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
You fire this and it sinks into it dodges and it hits the wall and you see its like face look towards you and then it explodes and you see ice shards just smash across like the side of its face. Frey, you're up.
All right. I'm going to use my bonus action to have Viana hide under the table.
Okay.
Do you need me to roll a stealth check for that?
No, we're okay for now.
Okay. And then I'm going to turn around and deck this goblin in the face.
Make an attack roll.
That is a 21.
21. All right. That hits. Roll damage.
All right. And acid is going to form around my fist,
Okay.
dealing that's 6 bludgeoning damage and 4 acid damage.
All right. You turn around and this haymaker and like acid starts to like pool around your fist. So you smash this thing's face in. You can feel like its skull bones break beneath your hand. And it just drops to the ground, the acid smoldering on it.
All right.
It is the
And then
gorgon.
I will just
Go ahead.
I'm just going to move up to that goblin.
Okay, perfect. The gorgon is going to see Evangeline, and it is going to turn and just start running.
Of course it did.
Okay. It is now Ramus, it's your turn.
All right. Did you get my message?
Did you send me a text?
It's on roll 20. It's fine. I can just ask you. I don't currently have Severance Portal prepared, but in this rage, can I use it?
Yes, but you'll take damage.
Amazing. So, in like this anger, this hate, thinking about his family, he's just like, they think my portals are dangerous? Fine. My portals are gonna be dangerous. And he will reach into his bag to grab it was a snow globe, but he crushes it in his hand, using the glass shards to cast Severance Portal and to chop off this goblin's arms.
Okay.
So it needs to make a dex save for me.
That's a fail.
Amazing. It takes 18 points of force damage.
Okay. As you cast this, you see just the spray of blood from this thing, and you feel like the warm blood hit you, and it's this almost... it feels wrong deep down, but in this moment you don't care. It's at almost ecstasy as you see it break apart. Is that the end of your turn?
I don't have any bonus action spells aside from Portal.
Okay.
And from the looks of it, it looks like there's an enemy right near me.
Yeah.
No. I'm just like thinking through my spells real fast. I don't think I have a bonus action I can do, so I'm just gonna turn to face Frey.
Okay.
Fists up.
All right. Umbron, you're up.
Mano.
How much damage do I take from that, though?
Oh, you take half of the damage you dealt.
Ow, okay. I'm not looking good, but I'm gonna fight.
Okay. Yeah, Umbron, you're up.
Okay, 2 questions. How high are the ceilings in here? And
This
2, are the walls lined by torches?
No, this room is not lined by torches from what you can see. The ceiling is around 20 feet tall. In this room you're entering.
Also, does it take any part of your action to pull something out of a pack?
Depending on how hard it would be to get. Like, depending on the size of the item, basically.
It would be like about the size of a water bottle.
I'll say bonus action.
Darn, not this turn then. Okay. I'm gonna turn to this guy right here.
Okay.
And feeling this wave of anger, I'm gonna say, I said I don't want to fight you.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna shake it off.
Okay.
And say that I don't. And I'm gonna do something I've never done. Oh, I'm gonna take this disengage action first.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna take a leap into the darkness and just start flying 20 feet up.
Okay.
And then hover as an array of cosmic feathered spectral rings sprouts from my back.
All right. Evangeline, you're up. This anger and hate that you're currently feeling is it's almost like being home.
That's not good.
That's good.
TC had something real fast.
Go ahead, TC.
though.
I was gonna ask if I can see this, the flying up into the air, but then I was like, he's just an enemy to me.
Yeah, he's just an enemy at this moment. So go ahead, Evangeline.
Okay.
Probably looks like some family member that I want to kill right now.
Okay, let's see. So the gorgon I was going after, she ran into this room, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
No, don't come near me right now.
She's blind. It's fine. I know.
I'm not fine, man.
Okay, if she makes it here, can she just barely see the gorgon?
Yeah, you can see her.
All right, I would like to fire
Okay.
as many times as I possibly can.
Okay, you get another 4 shots.
Oh, so cool! I love 4 shots. Okay. 19.
That hits.
Ooh. 21.
That hits.
17.
That's its armor class.
Oof. And this one doesn't hit.
Okay.
So number 4 doesn't hit.
So roll the damage for the 3.
That's a lot of damage. Give me 1 second. Let's see. 11. 12. And 5.
Okay. You cock the hammer back and you see this gorgon, and your eyes just filling with this just hate, and you feel your face cracking into a smile. And you would just aim carefully and fire the 3 shots. The first, you see it hit the thing's shoulder, and you see it turn around the terrified eyes towards you, and you fire once into its head, and then you walk up as the initiative ends, and you walk up and just shoot it again. Everyone, you are out of initiative, and you all, except for Evangeline, feel the hate drain away. Evangeline, the hate's still there, but no one is currently hostile towards you besides, like, the goblins seem maybe hostile, but currently no one is hostile to you. And the anger is gone from the rest of you.
Is
Are the
everyone
goblins
else
still
still an
big?
enemy?
No, the goblins seem to be confused and just kind of, like, looking around.
Casey?
Yes.
Is everyone still an enemy in my mind?
No, I just said no.
Okay.
But your
Is
form
there
of
a
dread
body?
is still up.
Okay. Is there a body
Yeah.
for the gorgon? Alrighty. Can I search the body?
Can you what?
Search the body.
Make me an investigation check.
Okay.
Do we remember what just happened?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I know that the blood on Aramis's entire body is not from me.
Yes. You do know. You do know that. That could be a good thing to know.
They're like, oh.
He just punched out all my blood.
Robert is just staring at his hands like, what? And just like between his hands and the goblin, he delimbed, he
25.
ammoned.
Keep going.
What's the word for it? I don't even know.
Okay. Evangeline, you reach down and just kind of angrily pat the body over. And pulling from you now notice as you're close enough, there's an old sackcloth shirt that it's wearing, and it seems like it found an old coat that it's wearing currently, and you just kind of search the coat pockets and you pull out from it, and you see a symbol. The symbol on it is the symbol of your family's house.
Okay. Do I recognize the gorgon?
Make me a history check.
Ooh, that's pretty good. $25. Another
25.
one.
Okay, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Looking into its
Oof.
eyes.
Its eyes, the yellow is gone. It's dulled. What'd you say for the wisdom saving throw?
That's a 6.
Okay. You look down at this, and Raze, you kind of turn around, and you watch her check the body. You're still kind of in this shock from the rage that you just felt, and you watch as Evangeline picks up this symbol, looks at it, and then looks down at the face. and then you suddenly watch as Evangeline's her arm just goes slack, and she drops the symbol onto the floor, and then her pistol onto the floor.
Oh no.
And then you watch as the red around her just begins to flare, getting brighter and brighter. Evangeline, in your head,
Do I know who that is?
you do. As your eyes, as you look at the face, you recognize it. And suddenly memories you don't remember start flooding back. From the night you died. Of someone running out from your servants' quarters. Of the friend you've had since you were a little girl that became one of your servants. For running out, for yelling at the soldiers to stop, yelling at the people to stop, trying to stop everything, and then a blast of some sort of magic hitting the woman. That's this woman's face. And the last memory that seems to hit you is of a moment of this blast of red light. And almost like you're blacking out before waking up to the terrified face of this woman. Seeming to be scales beginning to grow over one side of the face. As she says, "Come with me. I'll help you." As she begins, picking you up. And that's what you remember. And then you feel yourself just kind of black out. And Ray's, you watch as Evangeline just crumples to the floor.
Eesh.
Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go over there.
Okay.
And pick her up.
Okay. Despite your small stature, you easily pick up the thin frame. Are you picking up the pistol and the symbol on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. You pick up the pistol and you just kind of just slide it into the holster that Evangeline has. As you pick up the symbol, your eyes kind of glance to it. You know the symbol. You worked for the family, and you know, Evangeline's symbol. But this particular one, for some reason, it's familiar, but you don't have time to think about it, and you put it in your pocket.
Okay.
Well, me and my Anna are rushing in,
Okay.
making sure. So
Yeah, as you rush in, you see the Gorgon. You can see these. You've seen Evangeline fire Eldritch Blasts before. But the body of this Gorgon, you can see missing from where one of its eyes was. About this much of its head was blasted away by one of the shots. So it's a whole different amount of firepower than you've seen before.
dang.
Real quick, could I examine the stone statues?
Sure. As you just kind of examine them, they look like just people. All of them younger, sitting there just kind of looking at the hearth.
Oh, okay. That is the real question. Would Frey know what petrified is?
I'd say you've heard of the condition.
Okay. So these may or may not be petrified.
They are currently made of stone.
Yeah. I've heard of people recovering from the petrified condition, right?
Yes, and you would know that there are certain clerics and druids that have been able to do this before.
Okay. Then is there anything else in the room, especially that I can use as a sled?
There's the desk. But nothing really that'll work as a sled. But on the hearth you can see there's some There's like some small pictures that have been kind of like placed there. Haphazardly, you can see some like knickknacks are sitting around. You see like one of them like is a small doll that looks like a young girl. It's made really well. It's of like a younger girl in a green dress with a little white like blouse over the top of the skirt. You can see like a little necklace, and the necklace seems real. Like it's actually has like a jade like stone in it. And as you look at it, you glance at Evangeline and see something similar is sitting there on her neck as well. You can also see that what appears to be a roughly but hand-carved chessboard is also sitting there as well.
A chessboard?
Like the pieces are there as well.
Oh. I don't know chess, but I'm sure someone could teach me. I guess I'll grab those 2 items.
Okay.
And then
as you lean closer, you can see that the pictures, like the paintings that you see, one of them is of a young girl in the same dress you see as the doll, with her arm around another individual that looks surprisingly like the Gorgon, but younger. And they're both just smiling.
Okay. And then once how heavy are the statues? Can I lift that or not really?
You can lift it. It's interesting as you like think about it and you try to lift them. They're actually surprisingly light, and as soon as you pick it up, you can also tell surprisingly fragile.
Oh, okay. And also the goblins. Are there goblins in this room currently?
Yeah, there are 2 of them.
And they're just chilling?
They seem really confused.
Are they big still, or are they small?
They seem to be rapidly shrinking back to their original size.
Okay, back to their original state. Okay. I guess I'll just like stay here and just either keep an eye on Reyes and Evangeline if they're staying, or keeping an eye on the people who are petrified.
Okay. Sounds good. As Evangeline, can you roll me percentage dice really quick? Just one thing I forgot.
Okay. How do I read percentage dice again?
So the doubles thing, that's the tens place, and the other one is the ones place.
That is a 27, I think.
Okay, sounds good. Perfect. And yeah, the rest of you, are any of you doing things at this moment?
I was wondering if I could just glance over the desk and see if there's anything on that.
Okay. You can see that there's a set of paints that are sitting there. You can see there's a little leather-bound book, roughly made, but it's sitting there. You can see like a small sewing kit.
Well, I can't really pick anything else up, so that's fine.
Okay.
Can I be doing something?
Sure. What do you want?
All right. After I like kind of shake myself out of my stunnedness, I'd like to put the goblin that I killed on the ground, take his arm, put him back where they're supposed to go, and then can I start making some tea with the heat stone?
Sure.
Yeah, I wanna make some tea out of the flour to see if I can't fix him.
Okay. Sure.
That might take some time though. So.
Yeah, you're good. Umberon, Sarixer, anything you guys are doing?
After Sarixer regains his senses, he probably would stumble out the front door and kind of just sit down.
Sounds
and
good.
just wait for everyone, thinking.
Yeah, as you kind of like stumble out and you sit down, you glance aside, you see that like some of the guards are looking through curiously, and like seeing like you sitting over there from like the main entrance. Umbra, anything you're doing?
Did we determine this is magical darkness that can't be fixed with like
No, it can be fixed with light. Just
non-magical light?
no one cast anything that could
Okay.
create light. So.
What I'm going to try to do is in my pack I have an oil lamp and a knife.
Okay.
So as I'm flying, I'm going to try to drag the knife along the ceiling in the hopes that sparks can ignite my oil lamp, and I'm just going to fumble around trying to find my allies until I have light, and then I'm going to do a better job of finding my allies.
Okay.
Mhm.
Roll me a d20 and add your wisdom.
Oh, that's not good. It's a 9.
Okay. It's like you're doing it for about 5 minutes. It's like, and the rest of you are hearing just scraping noises. You watch Sarixer like just kind of walk through underneath you. But the rest of you are just like hearing scraping noises of like a knife in the other room.
Odd.
Okay.
Can someone go get the guards?
Leave
do
this
it.
place. I will go find that guard.
Okay. Are you carrying Evangeline out?
Yeah.
As you step into the room and you see like Umberon just like flying up around on the ceiling, like dragging a knife. Are you gonna say anything or just keep walking?
You good over there?
Great, someone who can see. It's very
Okay,
dark in there.
follow me. I'll get you out of here.
You're able to guide Umberon out. As you step outside, are you going to just kind of like lay Evangeline there, or are you going to take her to the guards?
I am not gonna put her down until she's good.
Okay. I will tell you right now, Evangeline's, you can still see some of the red in the folds of her clothing. Some of that, like, glowing red. Still there.
That's a little scary. Umberon,
Yes,
will you watch over her for just a second?
but of course.
Okay.
As you gingerly lay Evangeline down, standing up and looking over towards, like, kind of the curious guards, you can see one of them is, like, seeming to, like, debate if they're going to, like, come over kind of a thing, and you kind of start striding in that direction.
Mhm.
I'd also like to collect my dagger from the gorgon.
Okay, you take it.
Sweet.
The guard that you talked to before, the female one, just says, so it went well?
Somewhat.
Did you get the monster?
Yeah. There are a couple. Would Frey have told me about the paralyzing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you would have
told
seen
them
him.
that they have people in need of like clerics. Yeah.
So I'll mention that.
Okay. She just kind of looks back and like gestures to one of the guards who like goes running off, and she says, "Thank you. That's very helpful. Thank you."
And then I'll go straight back to Evangeline.
All right.
So what do we want to do with these goblins?
Ramus, eventually you watch as some like guards and a cleric just kind of come through. You watch as they quickly just kind of subdue like the goblins, and they just kind of like tie them up, like hog tie each of the goblins and like chuck them on a bed.
Mhm.
And
the goober.
as they are passing you, one of the you see that there's an older man, a human man. You can see very old, probably in his 90s. Is moving as fast as he can with him, and he kind of passes, and you can see a holy symbol just kind of like hanging from his neck. You can't quite
Which one?
distinguish it. You can't quite distinguish it as he's just kind of going past. But he just kind of like sees what you're doing, and he just kind of places a hand on your shoulder for a second. as he's just like passing and just says, "I don't think they can be saved," and he just keeps going.
But it didn't do anything wrong.
As you kind of just make the tea, and you pour it down his throat, I'd like you to make me a religion check.
All right.
You can use your wisdom modifier for this, or intelligence.
Can I choose not to use
Yeah,
my wisdom?
sorry, I forgot that you were a wizard. You're good.
13.
13. Okay. You, as you cast it, you feel like a blast of like storm air, and then it dissipates, and you just feel like this gentle sense of something wrapping its arms around you before it disappears, but the goblin does not restore.
He's just gonna kind of like sigh and put the tea away and just sit there for a little while.
All right. Frey, these 4 guards and the cleric seems to come in. The cleric just kind of looks at you and then kind of gives you a pat on the arm, and then he moves up to each of the individuals and kind of gets down. He inspects them, and then he just slowly removes. You can see him like remove a couple potions from a side pouch, and he sets them down. You can see like initially seeing them, you realize they're just water. Like he's just got kind of water in some different bottles. And he puts his hands over each of them, and you see him like concentrating. And you watch each of them slowly begins to glow like a brighter and brighter white before he pours one on each of the 4 heads. And you watch as he says, "We should revive. Give them a day or so." And he just kind of stands up slowly and begins to walk out.
Did I manage to see which patron he follows, I guess? Like
Make
his icon?
me a perception check.
That's a dirty 20.
As you look and kind of glance closer, you do notice who he worships quickly. You see a symbol of a tree backlit with light. Is the symbol you see. You can make me a religion check if you'd like to know which that is.
Can I use my wisdom modifier?
No.
Dang it. That's a 9.
You're not quite sure who it is.
Got it. Dang. All right. And the other goblins, do they get hogtied by the guards?
Yeah, they just kind of like hogtie him, and then you see him like they carry him out. Like they're not incredibly gentle with them, but they're not like kicking him or anything. They just kind of like hogtie him and just like drag him out.
I just want to make sure that the
just being like, no.
Yep. I just wanted to make sure that the petrified people are not in any danger, and then we can. I'm just gonna kind of collect everybody as we go back out if anyone's been missed.
Yeah. You step in, you can see Ramus there.
Okay, Ramus, let's go. We've done enough.
Yeah, okay, alright. Yeah. Can I, do I want to do this? I want to take the dead goblin and bring him back to his friends and kind of just, like, give it to them.
Alright. You kind of set this down, and they all kind of like, they're all like on their stomachs with their legs and arms tied behind them, and they're all like sitting on this, like they've all been lined up on the same bed. Like they're all just like sitting there, like, and they all are just kind of like, you set this goblin down, and they all like look at him, and they look at you, and they all like comically all at once, all of them. And that's the only response you get out of all of them.
And then I'm gonna walk out with Frey.
Okay. All right. As you exit, you see kind of Sarixer sitting there, kind of just like arms in front of him, just thinking. You can see Umberon and Ray's kind of knelt down around Evangeline.
Is she okay? What happened?
I'm not completely sure, but I hope she's alright.
I'm gonna thunk down next to Sarixer.
Yep, you
Man.
sit down heavily. Sarixer, you definitely notice.
Seriously.
How did it go for you? Oh, thanks for help with that goblin, by the way.
He doesn't even look up. He just kind of says, "It was fine. We have a job to do." And kind of stands up and starts making his way back towards the cart. Is somewhere in town.
As I see that, I'll probably pick Evangeline back up and follow him.
As you guys just kind of start heading out of the particular castle yard, as you're getting close to the entrance, you see a balding man standing there in finer clothes. As you kind of approach, he says, "Thank you all for your service. It's not much, but I hope this is of worth." And he hands you guys a sack about this big.
Oh.
As you take it, kind of jingle it, it appears to have coins in it.
Can I put it in the treasure chest that we found?
The copper.
Sure.
What treasure chest?
The one from the cart.
The one
can
full
be
of
our
copper?
coin chest.
Yeah, the one that was full of copper.
Yeah. Is it completely full of copper?
Yeah, it's completely full of copper.
Oh, okay.
You kind of like set the bag on it and you like try and shut it and you're like, this ain't it. As you kind of take Evangeline, you set her down in the cart. Trila is kind of looking and says, "Looks like it was kind of rough, I'd say."
A little bit.
On the mind, yes, but not on the body.
I mean, I'm not feeling so good.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't look good, and he's got several stab wounds pointing at Umberon.
Oh, how did
By the way,
do?
I'll lay on hands, fix those.
Okay.
I'm relatively unharmed.
Once again.
Physically.
All right. She says, "So after your errands, are we just headed out, or what's the plan?"
I don't think I want to
Yeah, I
be
think
here.
we should keep moving.
I don't like that castle. It's very dark and scary and weird.
You know what? Is it possible for me to activate Rage just to cast a spell?
Sure.
Can I do that and try detect magic on Evangeline?
So
Or
detect
Evangeline?
magic just gives you all magic within 30 feet of you. Just shows you.
Okay, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you activate it. You immediately see that Evangeline is giving off magic, but it doesn't give a type.
Okay.
But it is a faint magic. As you can see that there's a tiny piece of like one of her gloves has slipped down just slightly, and you can see just a tiny piece of skin that gives necromantic.
Okay.
As you kind of glance around, you would see that there's magic items on some of your companions. You would see your ring gives off magic. You would see the bow that Frey just got is magical. It's enchanted.
I need to go ask Orestes about that, by the way.
Don't think he can identify things yet.
Yeah, he can. He identified my cloak.
Oh, that's right, he did.
Maybe you could try buying a new bowstring while we're here before you leave.
I don't think they can make the kind of bowstring that I need. I'm gonna figure out what the bow does before I put another bowstring on it. Okay.
Get a bowstring for your other bow.
Do you want a bowstring for your other bow?
Oh, I thought that one was also like specially made.
It's
Is that
it's
one
not
also
it's
specially
not
made?
incredibly specially made. It's just longer.
Oh, okay. If Sayix is willing to give me some of the money that we have, then yeah, I'll go buy a bowstring.
Yeah.
Okay. For your request, we'll do 5 silver for your particular request.
5 silver. Perfect.
Okay, I'll mark that off.
All right. As of this moment,
Um,
are you just leaving?
Yeah, I just first want to make sure that Evangeline doesn't need any immediate medical attention.
Okay, make me a medicine check.
Oh no, I don't.
And I
even
also
know
need to
what
ask, are you just looking with all, like, she's completely shrouded except for that tiny piece of skin. Are you trying to, like, actually check for any other
You're going
wounds?
to strip Evangeline.
I
Yeah.
am not going to take anything off.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna find nothing. That's an 18.
18. Glancing at her, as you kind of like look at her and you kind of just feel to see if there's any, like, you feel around her neck and stuff to see if there's any, like, thing like she's maybe not breathing or anything like that. You do notice that her body kind of twitches when you touch right around her left shoulder.
Okay. Also, I just realized that would be a dirty 20.
Yeah.
Now.
That would be the only thing you notice.
Okay.
She seems otherwise fine.
Okay. Because I don't want to invade privacy, I'm gonna leave it be.
Okay. Sounds good.
I would like to go ask Raze what's going on because that's how I found them. Like,
yeah,
what is going on, Raze?
I'm afraid I can't answer that question. Not because I can't, but because I don't really know myself.
But I mean, like, what happened?
All I remember is rage.
Oh. Okay then. You're so unhelpful.
Oh my gosh. Wow, okay.
I guess I'll keep these items that mean a lot to Evangeline for myself because I have no idea there's a connection.
Well, I genuinely don't think I... Well, no. Okay, I will say that when I turned around, she almost gave off the rage, you know?
All right, whatever.
I'll say that.
Let's get going, I guess.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
As Trila just kind of nods and you kind of all get ready, she kind of flicks the reins and the cart begins moving. As you leave Orster, you just kind of, all of you looking back, it's a strange feeling as you leave. Just the city seems to just remind all of you of her age, even you, Umbron. As you begin your trek outward, you can see the hills around that begin to just kind of move on, begin to head off towards the direction, and you can see off in the distance a single mountain. It's the very edge of a range, so you can see the range continuing on, but you can see the solitary edge, like the final mountain. You can see the snow around it, and it's these immense clouds. As you begin your trek in that direction, eventually, as you're going along in the cart, your eyes eventually just kind of flutter open, and you're looking up at the sky above you. and your left shoulder hurts,
Mm.
similar to how your right shoulder did a while ago. And as you just are glancing up, you can still remember the rage and the hate. And it's almost, without a better way to describe it, like almost like a fond memory.
Okay.
As you just slowly come to consciousness.
Okay.
Do I see that
and-
she's awake? Sorry.
Evangeline.
As you just kind of slowly, like, you would probably notice eventually, but for the moment, she hasn't really moved. She's just kind of laying there.
Okay.
Can I? So my right shoulder, was that when we went into the crazy serial killer basement?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm nervous about that. All right. Sounds good. I'll just kind of like sit up and just kind of like lean back against the cart and just kind of like taking a few deep breaths.
Yeah, not Ray. Rays, you would see this at this point. Most of you would notice, but Rays, you see her just kind of seeming to have woken up, and she's sitting there leaning back.
Okay. I'm gonna go over and sit just right next to her.
All right. As the cart just continues onward, the day slowly coming to a close, you can... I don't know. It feels like something's shifted a little bit. Like something's not quite the same as it was. And this is almost a little bit more apparent for you, Evangeline, than anyone else. You can feel not like you aren't yourself, but almost like a piece of yourself has been held down. As you just continue forward. As the day comes to a close, I'd love a survival check from one of you to find just a nice place to camp.
I can do it.
Okay, go ahead, Race.
Okay. I'm sorry ahead of time. That's an 8.
Okay. Looking around, you find a good spot. You're fairly certain. As you kind of are just glancing around, you find the spot. It's sitting it's under these pillars that seem to have been part of once an ancient structure that seems to have collapsed. It's sitting there. And from where you guys are, as you kind of sit down, you kind of glance up, and what none of you have kind of noticed as one of the strange things about them, they don't give off shadows, is as you glance up, you can see one of the Vigard cities above. The ancient floating cities that are now kind of, adventurers will go there to find things. One of them is above you. It seems almost like a teardrop shape, but the center, the bulbous part of it, seems to have been almost like carved out, and you can see it's kind of turned on its side, and you can see like a small floating orb in the center of kind of a greenish rock is in the center, and you can see it floating there. You can see buildings on the inner part that are still there, seeming mostly intact. It's currently just, you can see it slowly floating in the sky, just slowly drifting over you and off in kind of a northern direction.
It's normal for these things to do that, right?
Yeah, Vigard cities move.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you just kind of can see these are gargantuan structures around the size of cities on the ground. If you were to break them out of the ground and lift them off, that's what they look like. But as if they're always in different shapes, and the cities are on the inside of the shape.
Okay.
As this thing is moving on. You kind of glance around as you kind of are setting up for the night. The ruins around you, they're silent as you guys just kind of set up for the night. I'd love some perception checks from whoever's taking watch.
I will take a walk.
I'll take a watch just for funsies.
Okay.
I shall as well.
I'll take final watch.
Umberon, Sarixer, do you guys want to join any of these watches, or are you thinking you'll just...
I can join someone.
Who would you like to?
I'm just sleeping.
You're
I
sleeping.
don't know who wants some company.
I mean,
Alright, I'll join Ramus.
Okay.
I went solo last time.
Raze, we'll let you do first watch. Roll me a perception check, please.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Oh, okay. That's a 19.
Okay. As you are just kind of sitting there watching, you every once in a while kind of glance over, noticing your companions sleeping around you. You see Evangeline kind of somehow having gotten to sleep over there, and you kind of, as you're glancing around, you kind of glance into the ruins, and you see it's probably just some of the magic around. You can see a small, like, glowing piece on a wall. It's far off. You can't make out if it's a symbol or anything, but there's a small, like, glowing space on like a wall far into the ruin. As you're just kind of there, that seems to be the only thing of any interest during your watch.
How far away from camp is it?
It's hard to tell. With that, so you said for your perception check, was it a 19?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's definitely outside of 100 feet, but you're not quite sure how far.
Who's the next watch?
It'll be Umberon and Rams.
When they take over, could I go over there?
Sure. Just so you know, if you take too long, you won't get a long rest.
That's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's not like you're dying.
Umberon, Ramus, roll me perception checks, please.
All right, let's go.
Oh my gosh, I've been running terrible today.
That's a 2.
5.
Nice. All right. As you guys just kind of slowly kind of get adjusted, Vienna, do you even like tell them you're leaving, or you just go?
I'd tell them. Yeah, I'd definitely tell them.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd notice.
Yeah. So you head out as they kind of begin their watch. As you kind of grow closer, you can, yeah, like, I guess, is there any way specific you want to approach this or anything, or you just kind of walk in that direction?
Stealthily.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
Scared. Okay. Oh no. That's an 8.
As you
Well,
kind
I
of,
didn't notice you, that's for sure.
yeah, as you kind of move through, it takes you around 20 minutes
What?
as you maneuver. You realize as you're slowly getting there that this splotch that you're seeing is actually massive. It covers almost an entire wall. But from where you were, it was just looked like a small bit of paint, almost glowing paint. As you get closer, when I get there, and you see an immense symbol. Almost, it's more like as you're looking, you think it's a symbol at first, and then you realize it's a map. Looking up at it, it's a map of something. It seems more like a city map or tunnelscape or street layout. You're not quite sure.
Okay.
Around you, there's a couple pillars, the sounds of night. The ceiling long ago collapsed, and you're kind of standing on some of like the broken stones of whatever the ceiling used to be. As you're kind of looking at this wall. As you are kind of looking at it, you do notice that one of the edges of the symbol is a faintly, slightly different shade of blue than the rest. Is like one of the edges of this. It seems to cover almost an entire brick of this, like, wall.
Can I poke at that one?
Yeah, you poke at it. It seems to move if you wanted to push it in.
Oh. What do I want to do? I'll push it in.
Okay, make me a strength check, please.
Okay. That would be a 14.
Okay. You push, and it seems to get stuck for a second, and you just shove, and it pushes, and then you hear a click, and then a faint, and it just seems to get louder, and the ground below you drops. You two, who are far off, actually would hear this. Like, the loud part of this, just this, as you hear this, and you would probably hear a far-off scream as someone falls.
Huh? What was that? What do you think?
I think
Ray?
our friend is in danger.
Right? I mean, Ramus is probably bored on watch, so he's gonna start running over.
Okay. If Raze, would you make me a dexterity saving throw? I just want to see how much damage you take from the fall.
That would be a 17.
17, nice. All right. So, you take half damage. As you're able to like land and kind of roll with it. You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As you land, and what you actually land on seems to be almost like a moss that you land on, and you're just gratefully you didn't take anything else, and then one of the pieces of the ceiling above just like falls and lands like right on your leg. It's luckily not an immense part that would have broken your leg, but it definitely hurts.
Oh,
You're definitely gonna have a bruise the size of an apple on your thigh.
we love that.
Ramus, you go running over in the darkness.
I still can't see
Yeah.
because it hasn't been a full long rest yet.
Yep. So you go running. Make me a perception check again, please.
What
Let's
have I
go,
done?
boys. That's a 7.
That's 7. Okay. You're running, and you see like this big blue wall too, and you're like, okay, that must be where she is. You go running, and then suddenly there's no ground. Please make me a dexterity saving throw.
No. How long after I fell would Ramus have gotten there?
20 minutes.
Nat 2022.
Okay, so you take half damage. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm still alive. Barely.
Yeah, Umran, go ahead.
So I rolled to see if I was smart enough to keep somebody on watch, and I got a nat 1, so I'm gonna go fall.
Perfect. Okay. You also, I believe, can't see. So you're kind of walking forward. Just roll me a dexterity check. I want to see your reaction time. Like Ramus falls, and I want to see your reaction time if you just like fall too, or you notice something.
This is why we don't go investigate glowy symbols in the dark.
7.
7. Okay. You watch Ramus fall, and like you think he just took a step down, and then suddenly you're falling as well. Make me a dexterity saving throw.
23.
Nice.
I'd be like, where'd they go?
You take 8 points of bludgeoning. As you fall, and you also hit something mossy, but you feel your right arm right around your bicep just slam into something stone on the ground. So Raze, you've been down here for a little bit. I'm going to just kind of describe the area. Where you've landed, you can see you're not going to be able to get back up. through the same hole you fell through. There's no. You fell about 40 feet
Holy.
straight down. What you're standing on is a moss, and as you kind of as your eyes kind of get adjusted, you notice that the moss glows a little bit. Just a tiny bit, just a tiny, little tiny flecks in it seem to glow, almost like little flowers. As you kind of are down there, you glance around and you can see that there's a couple tunnels that lead off of here. And you also, as you glance around, you can see one wall directly below where that other wall was above you. You can see that there is, again in here, there seems to be some sort of a symbol carved into the wall.
I'm turning on my flashlight eyes.
Okay. Ramus, go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Ramus.
Well, never mind. We're probably way farther than the range of message.
Okay. You are.
Hmm?
You are
Tell me
quite.
not to follow.
You are quite far from the range of message.
Not to mention, there is most definitely more than 3 feet of stone between you guys and us.
Yeah, that's fair.
So Raze, you kind of your eyes light up, and as you're looking at the whatever is carved on the wall, you can see that parts of it has kind of broken and fallen away. But from what appears to be there, it's some sort of a symbol of some sort is in the wall.
Okay.
It's faintly familiar, but it's old and crumbled, and it's hard to tell a lot about it.
Hmm. Okay.
I just need to ask if you would have kind of gone exploring the tunnels, or if you would have waited, or kind of yelled.
I would have probably spent a good amount of time trying to find a way back up.
Okay, so you would have explored some of the tunnels?
Was it extremely clear that I couldn't get back up the way I fell?
Some of the way it had fallen, you could have tried, but after about 10 minutes of trying that, you definitely would have realized, yeah, I'm not making it up this.
Okay, so I would have done 10 minutes of looking into each tunnel.
Okay. So you spend about 10 minutes exploring this first one before finding a complete dead end. It's caved in, it's fallen. And as you're heading back, you hear a thing, oh, and you look and you see Ramus just fall in, and then you hear again, oh, and you see Umberon right behind just fall in as well.
Why are the two
Ow.
people that don't have dark vision?
No.
We're gonna be on the same
No.
watch.
You're down here, the three of you.
Are you okay?
You've
I heard
explored
you scream.
You've explored the eastern tunnel.
The eastern tunnel. Cool. How many are there again?
There's 3. There's an eastern, northern, and southern.
Okay. First I'm gonna go to these guys. Be like, who's on watch?
Alright.
I knew I was forgetting something.
Yep, I'm now realizing the
Oh
problem.
no. You're unconscious?
Wait, what?
What?
Evangeline Saxer, Aristus, and I are going to get robbed because no one was on
Yeah.
watch.
The group that you guys just left are all asleep.
Luckily, Orestes is in a meditative state. But I also
That's
think if
true.
it was Orestes,
Yeah.
he would have just kind of watched you guys walk off. So
Well, but even
See,
then, this is within the first 4 hours, so he's.
oh yeah, he's still technically sleeping. Yeah.
He's still
And we
trancing.
don't
Yeah,
know
but
where
he'll
you
wake up
guys went.
soon.
We don't know where you are, so you're stuck there forever. Sorry. Have fun.
Yeah, that's
Well, I mean, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Can you
I'm
not
gonna...
just teleport us out?
I don't have any rages. I can't cast any spells.
Can I detect
I'm
magic
gonna-
this way?
Sure. You cast detect magic. You immediately notice the ring on Raze's hand. And glancing up, you see the wall above, the one with the glowing blue stuff on it. That's magical. You can tell immediately. It's enchanted. And glancing, you can see above each of the 3 doors, there's a small. You wouldn't be able to notice it normally, and it seems to have been covered enough by dust that they don't glimmer. But there are small gemstones above each doorway that are giving off a faint sense of magic.
Oh boy.
What flavor?
Um,
Oh, what
do
you
any
wanna
of them like?
One of
Is
them
there
is
more
giving off
gems in
evocation.
one than others?
What'd you say
What?
there, Ramus?
I was asking, is there like one that looks like it has more of the magic gems around it?
Within 30 feet of you, no. You can tell that one of them is giving off evocation. One of them is giving off necromancy, and the final one is giving off divination.
What? Which one is the divination one?
The one that Raze has already explored.
Dang it.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's
that
a
one over there, that looks
collapse.
safest because it's just divination magic, it looks like. But it looks like you already came from that one. Was there anything down there?
It was collapsed as far as I saw.
Oh, okay. Well, the other 2 are evocation and necromancy, both of which I am a little bit nervous about. I mean, necromancy, not so much as evocation, so my personal vote is necromancy.
Of course it is. Secret necromancer.
Umberon, what do you think?
Well, before I say anything, I'm going to divine sense on the necromancy tunnel. Are there any undead within 60 feet of it?
You don't sense any undead. Not within 60 feet. You do, however.
Do I sense any of the other
Um,
extraplanar nonsense that I can sense with that?
so you cast this, and actually you do get a sense, and you're confused for a second because you get a celestial. You look up and you see, because Raze gives off faint celestial, because she's a daggered. But then glancing up, you actually see the same like paint. That blue paint is giving off celestial being, like it's a being. And then as you're kind of standing there for a second, it's kind of on divine sense on for just a moment. You actually just get the faintest, like a blink of an eye of a intense undead.
Which way?
You don't get a direction. It was like the blink of an eye. You just simply know within 60 feet of you for half a second there was a very intense undead feeling.
Oh no.
How far away is the paint?
The paint is right around 40, 50 feet.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not going to work.
Are you mentioning this, or is it just like?
Oh yeah, I'm going to explain it as soon as I cannot come up with a solution myself.
Okay. I'm considering just speaking celestial.
Are there
Seems like a good
any
idea. I can't talk to it
about
because it's more than 30 feet away.
10-foot rocks around?
What'd you say there, Ramus? Go ahead again.
Are there any 10-foot tall rocks around?
You could climb up a distance, and you can see some that you could probably get you that high.
Mm-hmm. I'll let Caven finish what he was saying.
All I was saying is that I can't talk to it because I need to be within 30 feet to talk to it. So I personally recommend the speaking celestial idea.
Okay. I'm just gonna say hello, but like with a question mark at the end.
Okay. So do you say the words question mark, or are you saying it like a question?
I'm saying it like a question.
Oh, okay.
although
Just
I
wanted to
really-
make
I
sure.
really
Just wanted
do
to make
like
sure.
that.
Okay. So you ask, just say hello, and you hear it's like a mumbling in celestial coming from the paint above.
Okay. Is it like I'm too far to hear the mumbling?
Oh no, you
Like,
can
make
hear
out
the
what-
you can hear the mumbling.
Yeah.
You just can't make out anything.
Okay.
You simply know it's celestial.
Interesting. And am I the only one that hears this, or does everyone hear it?
They would each hear like a mumbling start. It speaks for
Personally, I don't think.
it speaks for about 30 seconds and then it stops.
Is this like a group of people? They're all just chatting. Okay.
While she's trying to talk to this, I want to be climbing up to see if I can get to 10 feet.
You're able to get about 10 feet up.
All right. Because with portal versatility, one of the things it says is as a bonus action, you can create a small portal from one location to another within 30 feet.
Mhm.
And so, like, would that have been nerfed along with my normal portal to 15 feet? Or can I get us out of here?
So this is a small portal. It can't fit a person. This fits your arm.
Oh.
So this is used for like reaching your arm through and grabbing something. So it is still 30 feet, but it can't fit you through it. I mean, you might be able to shove Rays through it, but it might not be comfortable.
All right. I just wanted to know. Thank you.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
After you guys are kind of like talking for a while, I'll say just because it'll be good. Arrestus will wake you guys up, those of you who are sleeping. And just kind of like point out that they're gone. And
Wow.
yeah,
What a surprise. Raze is gone.
You think Umbron would like let somebody know?
I
that they
thought
were
he was
leaving?
smart.
think the
Exactly. I thought
bigger-
he was smart.
The bigger surprise is that Ramus wandered off.
Yeah. True.
No, Aramis would
Wait,
wander off. That's
wait
not a
a
surprise at
second.
all.
None of us technically know that they wandered off the last time that they watched as well.
yeah, you have no
Hey,
idea.
this is my first
My
time.
gosh,
Okay?
let's never have them be on watch again.
And you guys are really bad night watchmen.
I was
Mhm.
fine.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
I'm gonna pack up
Not
my
fine.
pack at least because
Okay.
it seems like they went a while,
Okay.
and then we will. I guess we'll leave Arestus in charge of the camp again. I guess I don't know.
And then you
And
guys are just
then-
gonna head out.
Yeah.
We're gonna go find them because they're dumb, and
This
last
looks-
time they almost
wait, this
died.
was really rocky terrain. Did you say?
It's not really rocky. It's basically like there's collapsed parts of this structure around.
Mhm.
All right, I'd like to be careful.
If you guys are stealthing, go ahead and roll me stealth checks.
Can we be
Not
exploring
stealthing.
what they're coming over?
Can you what?
Be exploring? Like, there are 2 other tunnels, and it doesn't look like we're...
Mhm.
Or unless you're still trying to have a conversation with the pain.
I just don't know if it's gonna go anywhere.
Sarah, I do need to ask if you're going with them or not.
I am trying to decide on whether he. Because the last time Rays wandered off and came back with something for us to do, it did not end so well. Putting too much trust in these people is ending up with very much emotional damage.
We need to assign a smart person with each one of these people. I'm usually with Raze. We're not letting her watch alone anymore. Ramus is not with Umberon anymore. She needs to be with somebody else.
I think Ramus and Umberon have to be separated.
Yes.
Or at least not
I'm
separated,
smart.
but somebody has to watch with
Unless
them.
Ramus distracts.
That's why you can't be with Ramus. Because he distracts you.
I want to
Oh.
go down the evocation one.
Location. Okay.
I'm just asking Evangeline if she wants to be stealthy, or if we should just try to find them like as quickly as possible.
think finding them as quick as possible would be the smartest route.
Okay, I'm going to use thaumaturgy to make my voice 3 times as loud and shout their names.
Okay. Yeah, you just shout this. You guys hear this? Oh yeah.
But they can't
Oh,
respond.
Can I attempt
Sure.
to yell
Yeah.
out of the hole?
Make me a Constitution check, and you two make me perception checks that are going. Unless Sarah decides to go with you.
I was gonna say, can I try and see if there's anything that like would have pointed us in the right direction towards them?
I mean, the only thing of any like interest, you can see the blue, like glowing thing. You can see that way out there.
And I know Ramus is easily distracted.
That's a 17.
I got a 22 on perception.
I got a natural 1.
Nice. Evangeline, you hear nothing. Your ears just got
ringing in my ears.
Yeah, your eardrum just got blasted out by
Seriously.
Right. So you shout and you like glance over and you see like Evangeline like, oh, like they're on the ground like wondering if her eardrums like are actually bleeding. And then you hear.
I'm just gonna.
And then like
Can
way
I
off
just,
in the
pull a pistol?
Sure, you pull a pistol and then like way off in the distance you just hear a faint. Ah.
All right. I think they're over that way.
I'd probably be like, what's up with the big glowy, well, the glow.
Oh, wait, that's where the sound is coming from, right? That big glowy thing in the distance?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that they might be over there. I heard something over next to that glowy thing.
Evangeline.
You yell, I would like you to give me a heads up before so I can shoot you in the head.
I mean, you said you wanted to find them as quickly as possible. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And she's just gonna walk ahead of him.
Okay. Okay, as you guys kind of wander off, so yeah, are you guys going to keep exploring even after kind of shouting?
I think I'd get bored just standing around.
Of course you would, Ramus. Of course you would.
Honestly, I think I would want to wait until they get here. In the meantime, though, I will continue to try and discern something from the voices.
Okay, sure. Ramus, which tunnel are you exploring?
I mean, like, it's not like I can explore very much without her light.
Yeah.
I can explore my field, but
you guys play an interesting game of I Spy for a little bit.
Wait, first, doesn't my divine light allow me to make other objects glow?
Yeah, you could literally make Ramus's face glow if you wanted.
I will make Ramus's face glow. No, I'm gonna make a rock glow. That's just a beacon for trouble.
Okay. You kind of you reach over, you kind of pick up a rock as you see like Ramus getting antsy, and you cause it to glow. This does make your eyes stop glowing.
Oh, it's okay. I have dark vision.
Okay, you do this and you just kind of like
When you
throw it at
what's the
Ramus.
mean of lighting my lamp?
well, thank you.
No, I don't.
Man, you guys are the worst adventuring trio to ever exist.
You know what? I think I'll move to evocation because the fact that there was a big undead feeling earlier is kind of worrying.
As you walk down the evocation tunnel, it kind of twists and turns for a little bit. There don't seem to be like forks at all, so you're certain you'll be able to make it back easily. You just kind of explore for a little bit. You notice faint carvings on the walls. Make me an investigation check, please.
Do I have proficiency in that? I don't think so, but I will check later. For now, that's a 16.
Okay. Going, you who know magic fairly well, you do see a couple traps set that you just kind of avoid as you go through. You eventually make it to a small room and you can see in the center of the room, there is like a piece of this of what would be like the roof above has kind of like collapsed in, and you can see like a faint bit of moonlight is shining through, and it's illuminating a spot on the floor next to what appears to be an altar in the center.
I don't like altars very much.
Interesting. I don't have proficiency in investigation, so it is a 16.
Okay.
Anyway, is there anything on the altar or anything?
As you approach it, you can see that sitting on the altar there is a small, like, it's basically looks like a candle holder to be like held when you were holding a candle walking around. You can see one. There's that, and the other thing on there you can see there is a very small. It's just a small, like, square, sharp stone sitting there.
Huh. I want to pick it up and look at it in the light.
Okay.
Is it shiny?
Turning it, one side is reflective, the other is not.
Oh, that's cool. This is mine now.
Okay.
I am taking this.
Perfect. Do you want the candle holder?
I'll also take the candle holder and just like put the rock that she gave me on the candle holder as if it's a candle and just like hold it up as a torch.
Perfect. Okay. This seems to be the end of this entire tunnel. You don't see anything else.
All right. Well, if like there aren't any like religious symbols or anything.
No, doesn't seem to be.
All right. Would my detect magic still have been up as I walked down here? Or would it have...
At this point, I think it's off.
All right, that's cool. So I'm just gonna walk back to the others, just like, hey, look at this cool thing I found.
Yeah, you
That's my
walk
rock.
in and you guys actually hear this from above. Like hear like Ramus say, "Hey, look at this cool thing I found." As you guys are approaching this hole in the ground.
Oh no.
Do we hear an explosion yet?
Grenade.
It's not as
Any luck
fancy
with
as
the
the
voices?
fancy stuff in your place, Ramus. I mean, not Ramus, Umberon. It's not as fancy as the stuff from you, but like, it's pretty cool looking, right?
Yeah, it's very impressive.
Yeah. Thanks for the rock.
and then Raze, I think you were saying something there.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I was wondering if I had any luck with the voices. I've just kind of been
Make me a perception check.
okay.
So Umberon's playing a game of I Spy in the dark by himself.
That's a 7.
7. Just seems like mumbling.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys hear Ramus from below, and then you guys kind of get to the edge of this hole. It's a perfectly square hole of about 30 by 30 feet that just went vroom and dropped.
Oh,
And you guys kind of look down and you see like a little glowing rock sitting in a candle like holder, and Ramus just kind of like excitedly explaining something to Umberon below you.
well, why?
They're about
Okay.
they are 40 feet below you, like directly below you.
I
Do
just
I know
start
that they're
using
there?
my rope.
Yeah, I brought rope for a reason.
Okay.
Well, I didn't bring rope for a reason. I brought my pack, which has rope in it.
Okay.
So.
You guys attach rope, and you guys who are down there just kind of like talking and considering stuff. Suddenly, like a big bunch of rope just whoop, like lands down next to you guys.
Oh, hi! We didn't notice you up there. Hi!
Can I chuck a rock
gonna-
down there?
Sure, you can check the
I will
rock.
stop him from chucking the rock, but I will grouchily go down the
Okay.
hole. No, actually, I
Oh,
won't.
going down.
I'm not gonna
I'm
go down the
gonna
hole.
start climbing up
Yeah, you start climbing up the rope.
the rock. Yes.
Yes, up the rock.
There's
Ramus,
still another tunnel down here we haven't explored yet.
No,
Don't worry about that in the morning.
no exploring the tunnels of death.
Alright.
Actually, it's a tunnel of undeath.
Raze is a little unsettled, so I'm good with just going back to camp.
Were you saying something, Casey?
no?
No? Okay.
Are you Umberon and Ramus both climbing out?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you want to just go
Uh.
running down the other tunnel?
I'm hurt. I'm very much hurt. I'm not doing well. I'll probably go up.
Okay, you climb up. All right.
Um,
Eventually, you guys are all up at the top.
All right. On the way back to camp, can I examine the object that Ramis found? Just
Sure.
out of curiosity.
Which one?
I think I put the rock in my
Probably-
bag, and so I'm just holding the candlestick.
Yeah. So you
So
only
is
see
it-
the candle holder.
Okay.
Is Evangeline just chewing the heck out of these three?
She's just like dead silent. She's just very disappointed.
Do I feel the disappointment? Am I smart enough?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
Oh, well, I'll do that too. That sounds fun.
That's a 5.
Nah. Yeah. Dang. Like these guys are actually like fairly content with you guys.
I got a
If they
10.
don't notice, Evangeline would definitely notice that they didn't notice, and she will tell them, I am very disappointed in you. Stop running off on your own.
But we weren't on our. I had Umbron with me.
No, Umberon needs to have timeout time, and you, Ramus, need timeout time, and you cannot be with Umberon for watches anymore. And Raze,
I like-
I am very disappointed in you. You don't have any more rages left, and you decided to go out adventuring on your own.
Am
So you would
I-
have
am I,
rather me and Ramis.
Do I basically... I'm not allowed to leave your side for like, what, 5 days or something?
Yes.
Okay.
What were you saying, Umberon? I didn't hear that.
I was going to say you would have rather me and Ramis leave Race to die than go to her aid upon hearing her cry for help.
We would have rathered you stopped her.
Hey,
Yes, you should stop Raze from going on her own to do things, and wake the rest of us up and tell us that Raze is going to do things, so we can help you stop her.
She's allowed to do anything without Evangeline's permission.
You are allowed to do things, but not dumb things. Please just use your brain.
What's a brain?
I don't believe that Race did anything wrong.
I believe that Raze has almost gotten killed twice now, almost 3 times.
I'm sorry. I won't go on watches anymore. It's fine. It's okay.
No, you can go on watches. Just try not to
No,
wander
no,
off and leave us all sleeping.
Yeah, then it's fine. It's fine. I don't have to. It's fine.
You gotta love the mom of the group. Gotta love her. She's angry.
What time is it right now?
Right now, it's around midnight.
Okay. I am quite tired and kind of want to sleep.
As you guys get there, you see Trila kind of elven kind of look and everything like that, kind of like leaned back against the rock, and she's and you can see like drool like going out one side of her mouth, and you can see like Restus is just kind of watching you all as you approach.
I am taking
I'm
the
just
next
gonna
walk.
very quietly go back to my sleeping bag.
Actually, before I go to sleep, did you get my text? I was just curious about something.
We will do that in just a moment.
Okay, sounds cool.
That's concerning.
All right, as the rest of you just kind of get back to sleep, Evangeline, you beginning to take watch. Please make me a perception check.
I did before, and it was 21.
21, okay. Begin your watch, kind of looking out through the night. Your 120 feet of just perfect vision, just looking out. Raze, you kind of keep yourself pretending to sleep,
Okay.
and then just kind of glance over at Serixir, seeing some of the wrapping seeming to have come off the glaive just slightly. And you see just the edge of the glaive sitting.
Stop it.
The glaive is within, you could just reach out and touch it.
What is? How tempted am I to touch it?
I mean, this weapon is incredibly familiar to you. Like you've held it before.
I have to touch it. I have to touch it.
Stop touching things. The last time you touched something, you fell 40 feet down a perfectly square shaft.
It's
Okay, so you're gonna just touch the part that's exposed?
yes.
You touch it. It's like a brittle sandstone that you kind of feel, and as you do, like the feeling is so familiar, like you're certain that you've held this weapon before. Perfectly certain. But you need to see more of it. You're not getting enough from just this small view of it.
I'm gonna glance up at Evangeline real quick.
Evangeline is seeing you do this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna softly just say, "Why do you want to touch the glaive?"
The wrapped, covered
Staring
glaive.
directly into Evangeline's eyes. I'm going to try to unwrap it.
Okay, make me a sleight of hand check.
You're gonna
Can
try
I
to what?
slap Raise as hard as possible?
Sure,
Just kidding.
make me attack her.
I am not going to slap. I will just look at her, like with my gesture of the head because she can't see my face. I'm going to like do the eyebrow thing, like you're dumb. This is not nice. And then I'm gonna look at Sarah, and then I'm gonna start slowly moving to wake Sarah up. So
Okay.
you have a
Oh,
limited
wait.
amount of time.
What was your sleight of hand check?
It was 13.
13. All right.
If
Uh,
I wake up and see you touching this, I will slap you.
Yeah, I
you
know.
you quickly unwrap it. And Sarah isn't like hugging it. It's not attached to him. I'm just kind of laying there, and so you just kind of you take it, you unwrap it, and you're holding it in your hands and looking down at it. And as you do, just kind of looking down at it, you hear a faint voice, not coming from the glaive, but from almost like a pocket of you deep inside your soul that just says, "Yes, my child, you're beginning to remember that you're mine." And the glaive, as you're holding it and you're looking at it, you suddenly remember placing it, setting it beside a tree as you watched a dragon far above. You remember then standing, taking your axe and waiting. And then as the dragon landed, severing the tree and watching it drop on him.
Bruh.
You then remember as he fell unconscious, taking the glaive and leaving. You remember dropping it down a mine shaft. You remember then returning, the face blurry, unfamiliar, as an individual is looking down at you, places a hand on your shoulder, and you hear the same voice you just heard say, "My child, you've done well.
Nope.
You've prepared the way for what is to come. Thank you."
No.
And that's where we'll go to break.
Oh, okay. I have something after break that I would like to do at that moment.
We'll go to break for now. We're good.
Okay.
TC needs to chill out.
Have fun.
You just about jumped on my bed and started angry dancing.
Okay. We will be right back, and we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. All right. See you guys in a sec. All right, everybody, we're back. Let us know. Evangeline just switched her microphone, so let us know what it sounds like. All right. Raise, you wanted to do something immediately, I believe.
Yes. I'm going to drop the glaive like it is hot.
Does it involve stabbing?
Okay.
No!
So Evangeline, you would watch as she just drops it on the ground. She drops it not like, oh, just like putting it away because she's scared of you or anything like that, or if they're scared you're gonna wake them up, just like drops it on the ground.
Okay. Do I notice anything like? Do I notice her expression change?
I think so. I think you notice something.
Do
It
I
is.
wake up to the sound of clattery next to me?
No, you do not.
Can I like just stand up and walk to her and just like crouch down and just see if she's okay?
Sure. You crouch down.
And I think you need to turn me down a little bit.
Turn you down.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Try that.
Can I try a deception?
Sure. Go for it. And you may an insight check if you want.
She's lying to you now.
Oh, that's actually like surprisingly good.
Mine's really good too.
Wow, mine's a 15, but I got an 18. That matters.
22 for insight.
Okay.
You
So
can
can
tell.
she's deeply disturbed.
Yeah, she's deeply disturbed. Something's off.
Okay. Can I just like sit down next to her and just like calmly say, "It's okay. You don't need to tell me what happened, but I just need you to know that I'm right here."
Okay. I'm definitely gonna put the glaive back.
Okay, you're gonna wrap it up and put it back.
Mm-hmm.
For every second you touch it, you swear you can hear that woman's voice. There's no words.
Actually, in that case,
There's no words, but you can hear it just slightly.
yeah. In that case, when I try to pick it up again and almost hear that, can I put it down and ask Evangeline to wrap it up?
Yes, I'll do that for you. And then I'll wrap it up just like it was, or as similar as I can get, and
Okay.
then just put it back where it was.
Make me a performance check, please.
Can I
Alrighty,
give her
alrighty.
advantage because I'm telling her how it looked?
Sure, go for it.
Oh, sweet.
Ooh, that was even better. Thanks for the advantage. Let's see.
You're welcome. We're so sneaky.
Yes, we love lying to Sarah's there.
What's he ever done to you?
Oh, so
22
don't.
again.
So I should not turn Evangeline down. I should turn it back up to where it was.
I sound really loud to me, so I think just keep it right there.
Okay, sure. All right. So what was that performance? I didn't hear that.
Oh, that was 22.
22? Okay. Are you all going to sleep past the normal time you would wake up to get your long rest, or are you just going to keep going?
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I thought I had last watch.
Please, if I can, I would like to. Please.
I think we
As a
should.
wizard, please.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I feel like no matter what, I didn't get a long rest.
Yeah, I don't think you will.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we will say that you guys sleep a little bit extra. You sleep until around 8. As you do, and just kind of are sleeping, Raze, I'm going to give you an exhaustion point.
Okay.
As you're kind of just there, you can't sleep. The woman's voice is just there. And it almost, like, your eyes will close for just long enough for you to just feel like, oh, okay. Like, I think I'm, like, you'll feel like you're falling asleep, and then your eyes will shoot open as you'll hear, like, that woman's faint laughter from somewhere nearby.
I'm scared. Scared.
And then, at one point, as you wake up. I'd love a perception check.
Oh no.
The glaive is gone.
It's plunged through Sarek's chest.
Oh,
Yay!
That one.
Isn't that one? Okay.
Yep.
You wake up, and you don't see this. But Frey, who is on watch, does. For half a second. It's almost like almost like the flash of police lights. You watch as Ray's right hand just suddenly ignites in this blue light. That, like, almost sickly blue light that disappears, and then in response, or as though in response, you watch as Evangeline, who is also laying down, the red flashes and then goes away.
Scram the popos here.
Time to go.
That's it's kind of odd. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. You would be the only one who notices this.
I don't really know about magic auras. That's kind of out of my forte. I noticed anything else?
Make me a perception check, please. And I do need to ask, are you like going to like look at Rays or anything like that, or just staying where you are?
I was gonna head over and
Okay.
like check it out,
Perfect.
make sure it's from her.
All right.
I did get a nat 20, so that is 27 perception.
You step close, and you kind of glance down, and you see on Rays for just a moment. Like, her eyes have opened, but it's almost glazed over. She's not quite seeing anything yet. And you see the eyes. Her irises have turned a brilliant blue. That same blue color. And you watch it slowly fade. And you also see that her face seems to have sunken, almost. Just for a moment, and then it seems to refill. And you watch as you hear a faint, like, almost like a like the cracking of something. And for a moment, it's faint. You're just barely picking it up, and then you look down and you see the ring on Ray's right hand is slowly, you see a crack beginning to make its way along the ring. Glancing over at Evangeline, you see the veil as she's just kind of laying there. You see the veil has kind of fallen over the face a little bit, but what you see of the face, it looks like there's nails driven through the face and hooks sticking out, and like something just awful has happened to the face. And then you watch as the cloth slowly sinks back down onto what would appear to be a normal face.
Freaking out here.
Ray's killed Evangeline.
We got some magic voodoo going on. I guess I'll wait until it's time to wake everyone up.
All right. You wake.
Did I like wake up after my?
Yeah, you would
I go
notice.
back-
You would notice Frey kind of walk over and just kind of glance at Evangeline, and then kind of go back to his spot.
Okay.
I don't think you would have noticed anything super suspicious, especially because it's been a late night. You're just really tired.
Yeah. In fact, I have to remember what an exhaustion point does.
You have disadvantage
You have
on
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Ability
On
checks.
just
ability checks.
everything.
Just ability
Okay.
checks. So not saving throws
Okay.
and not attack rolls. Actually, I think
Okay.
attack rolls are attack rolls considered.
No.
I don't think so, right? Something different.
That's a
Saving,
different
I think.
level
I
of
believe
exhaustion, I
it's
think.
saving and attack for 3 levels of exhaustion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Evangeline, go ahead.
Did you already turn me up a little bit more?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Can I just like after I wake up, can I go talk to Umberon, Ramus, and Raze just in the morning?
Sure. As
And I just
you
wanna
as
Oh,
you
yeah, go
kind
ahead.
of you're all just kind of waking up and getting ready. Trila is up, and you see she's kind of walked over to one of the trees and is hanging from a branch, just seeming to do some kind of morning calisthenics, just kind of getting herself prepped.
Oh, could I have a Restus look at my bow?
Yeah, he'll take a look at it. Casting Identify, he gets the sense that it's a powerful bow. But I don't think he would get the sense of what the string required is.
Okay.
But it's powerful. Basically, it does 2d12 per shot. And it also once per day you can give yourself advantage on a single shot.
Ooh.
But you don't know what the
string.
Yeah, it needs a string which you don't know how to get or what is required.
Got it. Makes sense.
Did I notice the crack on my ring?
I think
I
you'd wake up.
probably would have mentioned it.
Yeah, I think you probably wouldn't have, but if he's mentioning it, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Does its effects seem to be different at all, or it's just there?
It seems to still be working just fine.
Okay.
Go ahead, Evangeline.
I did want to talk to those three.
Okay.
Okay. When I just wake up in the morning, I would like to walk over to those three, and she's just kind of quiet and doesn't really talk much recently. And she's just gonna say to them, I'm sorry for what I said last night. I've just been very worried and stressed recently, and I'm sorry for being rude to the three of you.
It's okay.
You're just
did
telling
something
the
dumb.
truth. It's fine. I get it. You're right. I'm not very good at all this stuff, so
I mean,
we'll
we
stop.
still
It's fine.
need people to do watch.
Yeah, but
No.
you're all better at it than I am, so
No, Ramus, it's okay. I think we
No, like-
all enjoy having you watch with us. It brightens up the time when we'd rather be sleeping.
you really think so?
To make
Yeah.
mistakes. We'll
I
do.
think so.
All right, thanks.
All right. As you all begin your trek forward, the day.
Real.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
How long are we traveling today?
How long?
Yeah, like how many hours, I guess.
Probably right around 14 hours or so.
And Evangeline, you have a something to help with sleep, right?
Yes, I can. I have a few tonics.
I don't know. Would it be possible for me to just like sleep in the car?
Yeah, you could get a long rest in the cart if you take those tonics for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
do that.
Yeah, you take one. About 10 minutes later, you're just out.
I'm out.
Sarah, go ahead.
So currently my glaive is wrapped in the scarf.
Mhm.
My scarf that is essentially the symbol of my family heritage.
Mhm.
Would it have been made out of any sort of special material that would have been easily recognizable when they touched it?
I don't think it would be easily recognizable when they touched it. Like, I don't think it leaves like fingerprints or anything.
Yeah, well, I mean more like for them to recognize what it kind of is.
I think it'd be distinguishable. If you think it would be specifically distinguishable by touch, then yes. But it was kind of dark. I don't think they would have noticed anything about it just by looking at it.
Would I have noticed?
Oh yeah, you can see perfectly fine, so she might have. Because she got close.
I don't think it has any patterns on it. That's the only reason he still wears it. But
Yeah, I think it's from my kind of thoughts of what it is, it's kind of just a white scarf.
yeah, kind of like a silvery white.
Yeah, like a silvery white scarf. Yeah, no patternings to it. I'd say besides like, if you're okay with it, I'd say that maybe like your house symbol might be like when they fully opened it. If they had spent the time to look, your house symbol would have been inside.
Probably
So
somewhere on it.
So Evangeline, go ahead and make me a perception check, and we'll see if you noticed it. We'll say DC. We'll say DC 16 because it was dark.
I beat it. Let's see. The perception.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's my perception? 18.
18. Okay. What would your family's crest be? I'll let you pick it.
I haven't thought that far ahead. I don't know. Probably.
If you want, I have one already.
Sure.
Okay. The symbol. It is a. It looks like a spire-like tower in the center. Around it are a swirl of dragons. The symbol is an oval. And so it almost looks like an eye, like a dragon's eye.
Do I recognize that symbol?
Make me a history check.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
Need to look at my.
24.
Okay, let me look at my notes.
Evangeline's good with her history.
Oh yeah, she's the
am.
only one of you good with her.
She's the
I'm
historian.
the only one that's good with history. Yeah.
So good at history.
I'm good
I
at
just don't
magical
know much
history.
Okay, so you would in fact recognize a symbol. It is the symbol of. I just need to make sure. Did I write down? I'm trying to see. I think I wrote down where.
This town.
Yeah, I totally spaced the town.
Betso?
Oh, okay, got it.
I think that's what I have written,
Perfect.
but it's got a question mark after it.
That's
so...
right. So yeah, you would know the family is the Elendverfell.
Yep.
How do you spell that?
I'll
Eldenverfel.
Oh my gosh, that's a big name.
Yeah, just imagine TC giving me that and then me being like, okay, how do I say that?
Come on. What's with you confusing names?
Eldenverfell.
Yeah, Eldenverfell. So you would know the name. They are a high noble family. And they are in fact, if not the eldest or most ancient families, they are one of the oldest families of First Steel Dragon nobility in the world. Oh, it's Betston is where you're from. Betston. B. And that's where his family's base is in Betston.
Okay, cool.
So yes, you would recognize the symbol.
Cool. We love double agenting working in my favor.
Okay. And just for fun, Sarah, go ahead and roll me a. What is there a roll you'd like to make to see if you can recognize if there's anything wrong with your blade? We just go with perception.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't have anything special that I could think of. Well, 19
total. Okay. Like you didn't beat her performance, so I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that. Like it's a little mixed up, but it that could have just happened from like it being like you kind of rolling on it or something like that. Like, it's probably fine. All right. As you all continue your day, you're headed towards As of this moment, you're actually. I need to make sure because I think I'm right with this. You were actually headed. Just so you know, TC. The next city, unless you bypass it, is Bedston.
Oh, okay.
Because it's the closest city to the Blizzard Zone before. So there's Bedston. Then you guys are going to be going through Padstead, and then finally, you guys will be getting to the actual city that's in the Blizzard Zone.
And I don't have a cloak.
So it's your choice if you want to say anything or anything, but you are headed in that direction.
I actually meant to give that to you. I was gonna take the cloak off of Iona and give it to Saxer.
Okay.
Yeah, I meant to give that to you because you actually have a lower AC than my dragon currently does.
Okay, he basically so you watch as Frey basically holds out like a handkerchief to you.
Although I feel like I did see him put it on Viana.
Yeah,
so
you would
I
have seen
know
that,
what it
but
is.
like the initial confusion would be there of like, what the heck?
Like, wait a second. Frey, what is this?
Yeah. All
And
right.
then it would like dawn on him. He'd be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay, never mind."
All right. As you guys are continuing forward, the particular journey from Orster to Bedston is significant. It's much farther than. Oh, actually, sorry, I was wrong. You will not be passing through Bedston. You're going to go through Padstead first, and then Stoford. So you're actually going to be bypassing Bedston.
Okay.
But the journey to Padstead is significant. It's going to take you a while to get there. As you guys are continuing forward, you can see some of the initial signs of more of just the unkempt wild as you continue forward. What were you going to say? Go for it.
Nothing. I was just like, the wild.
Yes. The unkempt
I see
wild.
absolutely nothing.
At one point, you actually crest one of a little bit of a higher hill, almost and get to kind of basically the top of a ridge. Looking down into the valley that you're about to enter, it's immense, an immense valley, and you can see 2 Vigard cities are currently just slowly floating through the area.
So are Vigor cities occupied? Like, do people live there or no?
There are some of them that have been inhabited by people, but in most cases, they're kind of. If you're a high-end adventurer, you explore these things for really good loot.
Yeah.
Because there's ancient magics, materials, and artifacts, but they're also quite dangerous. As you guys are just kind of continuing onward, and you see this site, the valley is full of. You can see the trees that are still with some snow on them. As you're entering this valley, you can see some of the pines that are standing taller than the deciduous trees. The sun kind of shining and reflecting off some of the snow on the ground, making it kind of bright. It's cold, but not immensely cold, especially with the sun out. As you guys make your way into this valley, you do hear, as you guys are approaching, you do see that on the side of the road there is a sign that's sitting on the side of the road. So all of you speak Island, so I will tell you what it says. This says, give me one moment to find this. Okay, so this says, it says on it, traveler beware. You are entering the Siren Plains. And it gives a list of just some basic things of being careful here, and never leaving the path.
All right.
That's meant for.
Anyone know what the
that,
sign
like,
says?
leave the path.
What'd you say there?
I said that's meant for the three of you that like to leave the path.
Yes.
What were you saying, Frey?
Does anyone know what the sign says? I can't read.
I will read it to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
But I meant about something.
Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think because I actually think so several of you have actually been through the Siren Plains before. Rays would be one. Rays, you've been through the Siren Plains.
How long has it been since I fell asleep, though?
Quite a while. You're not
So,
done with your rest. You're still sleeping, but yeah,
Okay.
you've been through here. The only other person that I think really would have explored this area, not extensively, but a little bit, would have been Sarixer. Sarixer, you've been here a little bit. And Evangeline, you may have like gone through in a carriage once, but you never would have spent a day here. It was trying to just get through the Siren Plains as quick as possible.
Mm.
Okay.
How did I get here? Because we keep going places that I have not been.
Yeah, because you're heading away from Tannac.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Ormouth is on the far side of Mandanni from Tannac.
Mm.
As
Even better.
As you slowly just begin your way down into the Siren Plains, Trila, who's up at the front, just says, "All right, if you hear anything off in the bushes, don't go for it. Also, the tall grass, see any eyes? Don't pet it." And she just kind of flicks the reins and makes the cart go just slightly faster.
Oh my gosh, we haven't even talked about the dog yet this session.
I was going to actually bring that up just barely. Yeah,
So you're
and
telling
I
me if
also
I
want to keep
see
an eye on Ramus.
any more eyes while I'm watching, to just blast it, not go investigate. I'm to blast it and not tell anybody.
Please don't.
Why?
That could be bad either way. Just ignore. Ignore.
Okay. All right. So, Evangeline, what were you going to do?
I am keeping an eye on Ramus, and I'm also keeping an eye on the dog.
Okay.
And petting it and feeding it if I can.
Okay. It's warmed up to you enough to let you touch it. It still flinches every time you do.
Oh, okay.
And you're able to feed it, but it won't take anything directly from your hand.
Okay.
As you guys continue forward, after about 4 hours or so, Rays, you wake up at this point. You're kind of awake.
Okay.
Um,
Am I like, oh shoot, we're here?
You would look around, see the Siren Plains. You've been through here before. You know the dangers. Not everything, because you haven't like fought anything here, but you know like you're not supposed to leave the path, and also not to go to anything that's off the path. But as you're going, you guys get around. You're about 4 hours into your trek through the Siren Plains. Off to the side, just off this cart, and then you just hear a faint clicking noise. Almost like a clock. Just kind of clicking around.
It's a bomb! Everybody get down!
That's a mysterious noise. It's a pipe bomb.
Everybody kind of glancing over and looking in that direction. You can see like maybe 5 feet off the trail. You can see that there's a small wooden clock that's sitting in the grass. That's just slowly ticking.
Can I ask Trila to speed up?
Can I portal grab it?
No.
Sure.
I will prevent
No.
that. I'm keeping an eye on you. No.
I don't really know how you can prevent it, but
I will slap Ramus. That's.
If we just hog tie
Okay,
Ramus,
So are
put
you?
him-
So are you actually going to? I need to ask if you're actually going to slap Ramus.
No, I will tell Ramus as soon as I see the clock not to do anything about the clock. Just
I
ignore it.
don't know. I feel like that's the safest way to retrieve the clock.
No,
So
we don't
why do
need
we
the
need the
clock.
clock?
We don't need the clock.
Clock is some sort of
Cool.
creature.
No, it's not cool. It's death.
How do you know?
How dangerous can
Because-
this place be?
No, I think we should not pay attention to anything we see here other than the road ahead.
How many people die on the siren fields?
Make me a history check.
Can I do that too?
Sure.
Nice.
That is it's a 19.
Oh, me too.
Nice.
I got 19.
Okay, so between the two of you, as you're just kind of thinking it over, each of you have read a little bit about the Siren Plains and kind of just, each of you having kind of traveled through it a little bit too. You do know that from what's understood, anyone who steps off the path is not seen again.
I'm
I
not
will tell
stepping
Ramus
off
that.
the path. I am grabbing it with
No,
a
I
portal.
think
not.
even
Also, question.
Mhm.
Ramus's portals move with the momentum of us, right?
I believe that we decided that they do not. They are stationary.
Okay.
Yes, the portals do not move.
Well, I told her to speed up though.
Not all of you are in the cart.
I'm not walking the cart.
Oh.
I don't think.
You
I
guys-
think I'd be walking.
So only 3 of you can be on the cart at a time. Technically, only 2 of you, because Trila's always on the cart.
Mhm.
Okay.
And the rest of you are
I'm
walking.
just going to explain to Ramus why we do not even put hands off the path.
Ramus, do you know Mage Hand?
No, stop.
No,
That is not.
if I
I'm
use the
going
long,
to slap prey. Can I slap prey?
Make an attack roll.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty good.
Can I toss Evangeline into the grass?
If you really want to try, I will shoot you.
Oh my
That's an
gosh.
18 to hit, but it's gonna be like kind of like a just like don't
Doesn't
like a
hit.
little.
that
teeny-
doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit.
It doesn't hit.
No.
I have a
Okay,
19
then I'm
AC.
swiping at him.
So you swing, you connect, and feel your entire hand bruise against the metal. You take 1 point of
I don't
damage.
care. I
Can
don't
I
care.
grab it?
I'm just like,
Can you what, Ramus?
Can I grab it while she's busy?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, I was the distraction. It was perfect.
So you
oh my god.
reach out, you grab, you like create a portal. So are you
Mhm.
creating a portal, or are you stepping out there to grab it?
No, I'm creating a portal
Okay.
because I'm not stepping off the path. I've been specifically told not to step off the path, and I know that Evangeline is already mad at me, and I don't want her more mad at me. And like,
No, I'm mad at Frey. Frey's just a moron.
Okay. So you create a portal. Your hand reaches out, you grab onto the clock, and you pull it through. You're holding in your hands a clock. It's about this tall. It's made of wood. Even the hands are made of wood. And as you're just kind of looking it over and everything like that, nothing seems sinister or anything about it. Just kind of holding.
it's just a clock.
It's a little cold, interestingly cold. Despite like the snow on the ground, it almost feels like sub-zero temperatures. But you don't have a clock.
I'm gonna put it in my bag
Okay, you put it in your bag.
Yeah.
All right.
because then it's not gonna freeze my hands.
All right.
Clock man.
As you put your hand in the bag, and like you put this in the bag, you usually like can feel stuff in there, but when you put your hand inside, you feel nothing.
Like all of my stuff is gone.
You root in deeper, and you find one thing. And there's now the clock and one thing, and you pull out the square shard of stone.
Just deleted your entire bag of holdings inventory.
My violins.
No more pillows, no more violins, no
Can I
more.
detect magic on this rock?
Can you what?
Can I use detect magic?
Sure. Yeah, you cast Detect Magic. It's definitely a magical item.
Nah.
My save landed.
Why would it get rid of all my stuff? Now I'm a little bit sad.
As you kind of sit there and you're a little bit sad, you kind of like, and like you flip it upside down, and all of the stuff just goes boom, onto the ground, like right on the ground.
Ah,
So
That's really
all of
cool.
you hear like this just clang from behind you, and you watch like a trombone go like rolling off, and like a little bit you see like two full life-sized paintings hit the ground. You see just like random crap that's just like no one needs this or wants this or should have this while traveling. And you just see so much random stuff. You actually see like a full glass chandelier is in here.
Yes.
If anything
Well,
rolls off the path, I am not letting Ramus get it.
The trombone definitely did. It's just rolling off into the bushes.
It's gone.
No.
Not getting the trombone.
Do I see
I'm
any
just
of my
gonna pick
violins?
up what I can, at least, and put it back in the bag.
What'd you say, Imran?
Do I see any of my violins?
Yes, you see all of the ones you're missing are in there.
Should I try to grab at least one of them before Ramus puts them away?
Maybe a sleight of hand check.
Awesome. I'm sure I'm gonna do great at this.
You'll probably succeed. Don't worry.
That is a 15.
Yeah, you snag one.
Yeah, that beats my passive. He's just gonna be like, sorry. I apparently got a new cool rock, but I'll pick this up. Don't worry about it.
I
Okay.
will help him pick it up.
Okay, and you're just shoving it in the bag of holding?
Yeah.
Okay. You Evangeline have no idea how the life-size portrait got in the bag of holding, and you watch the art of Ramus fitting a life-size portrait into a bag of holding. And Umbran, you look over and recognize, like, this is another one of your family portraits. Like, this is literally just a picture, like, a full life-size painting of your mother that she's just, like, that Ramus is slowly, like,
Come to
pushing
terms
in
with it
there.
at this point.
Yep.
You can keep walking. I'll catch up. Don't worry about it.
I
I
am
am
not
staying
taking
behind
part
with
in
him.
here.
There.
Okay.
I will stay with Ramus. Don't worry, it's fine.
First, he's Ramus again.
Okay. You guys eventually get everything there and continue your journey.
All right.
As you go, about an hour later, you start hearing screams. As you get farther up the path, you round a bend on a hill, and you see just off the path, about 100 feet, you can see there appears to be a cart that's off the side of the path, similar in size to yours. You can see people screaming. You can see women and children. They're being attacked by some sort of wolves. You watch as they're being attacked, torn apart, off on the side of the road. They're about 100 feet from you, off the side of the road. You
Can I tell if this is an illusion?
make a perception check.
That is a 23.
23? No, it's not an illusion.
Okay, I would like to tell everybody else that that's not an illusion. And that we should probably help as long as we can.
You see a woman carrying a small child, probably around an infant, like turn, seeing you guys, and start screaming for your help.
I would like to run to them.
Okay. All right. As you step off the path, you feel this
Wait,
cold
are
hit
they
you.
off the path?
They're
Oh
100
yeah,
feet
they're
away
off the
from
path
that.
by 100 feet.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they
Yeah.
were on the path ahead of us.
No, they're off the path by
No.
about 100 feet.
I
you
don't know
s-
what to do.
So are you still running or no?
Oh, I don't know. She would.
I
She would.
I
Yeah,
am
she's gonna
going
run.
Please don't.
Oh,
Please.
oh, okay then.
Oh, so we get yelled at when we go off to save someone, but the moment
Yeah,
someone
but, like, if it was nothing important, I would not let you do that.
Also, Landon, what were you gonna say? Sorry, I wasn't meaning to cut you off.
Oh, I was well, before Evangeline headed off with reckless abandon, I was going to stand on the cart and shoot at the wolves.
Okay, make an
That
attack
That
roll.
is a
cart.
good idea.
Make an attack roll.
That's a natural 20.
That hits. Roll damage.
Ooh.
Oh, actually, can I just start shooting? I forgot I was long range.
Yeah, you can start shooting.
Okay, I'm not running off yet.
That is 29 damage.
Okay, give me one moment.
Wait, not 29. Sorry, 27.
27. Okay. Give me one moment. Um,
Oh, do we have a map?
maybe I have to get it set. I apparently didn't finish it, but okay. You fire the arrow. You watch as it pierces like right next to this thing's shoulder, straight down into it, and you watch, oh, and just collapses and tumbles through the weeds.
Nice.
There
How
appear to
many-
be 4 of them.
4.
Can I
Um,
shoot as well?
Sure, make an attack roll.
Okay, I rolled a dirty 20 to hit.
What's your Eldritch Blast damage? Like range, I mean, sorry, range.
Range, it's a lot. I can't remember.
120 feet.
Oh, then you're good. Then you're good.
120.
Okay, make it a. So
Okay.
what was that to hit?
Dirty 20?
That hits. Roll damage.
Okay. That is 17.
17. Okay. The blast hits it. It's still up. But you watch as it lurches to the side, and you see this like the black and red of this Eldritch Blast hit it and seem to like almost like scorch the fur on that side of it. But it's still up.
Okay, can I keep shooting?
Yeah, are you and Frey just gonna keep shooting?
Yeah,
Yep.
I guess.
Okay, make your attack rolls. Both of you make another one.
26.
That hits. Roll damage. Are you aiming for the same one Evangeline was just shooting at, or a different one?
The different one.
Okay.
Actually, no. I would shoot the same one.
Okay.
Less wolves. That's 6 damage.
6. Okay.
I rolled natural 20 to
Okay.
hit another one. Not
Okay.
the same one.
Roll damage for that.
Ooh.
And it is 24 damage.
Okay. You blast the second one. It hits it like right in the side of the face, and you see it like collapse, and you see it start slowly making its way to its feet. It has 1 hit point.
Okay, can I
Um,
just shoot it again?
Yeah, and Frey, that one is still up, but it's really hurt. You put the arrow like right through its side.
All right, I'll shoot that one again.
Okay, make an attack roll.
15.
That hits. Roll damage.
Mine was 22.
Okay,
14.
that hits. Roll damage. All right. So yeah, you finish this one off. As it kind of turns towards you, growling, you put an arrow straight through its eye.
And
Nice.
12 damage for the
Okay.
other one that's at 1.
Yeah, you shoot it again. Like as it's getting up, you're like not again, and you just blow it up. There's one more.
I think we're both aiming at it, right?
All right, double time. Let's go.
Yeah, both of you make a attack roll.
14.
That is its armor class.
Ooh,
And I got 16 to hit.
lucky me.
Okay, both of you roll damage.
7.
15 damage.
15. Okay, it's still up, just barely though.
Okay, we're going again.
Yeah, both of you make tackles.
Oh, I don't think
I missed.
Oh, I think I missed 2. Go again.
As
Oh,
you
natural
guys,
20.
so really quick, as you guys miss that, so you see that it's kind of taking cover, like it takes an arrow like in its flank, and it takes a blast to like one of its shoulders, and it seems like kind of go around the cart. And as you guys kind of aim and you pull back again, it manages to avoid these two, and then you watch as it leaps and tackles what appears to be an older man into the grass. Both of you make your
Can I use my
attacks again.
natural 20 on that one?
Make a tackle.
I missed again.
Okay, I got a crit, so let me double it. That is 21 damage.
Yeah, you just blow this thing's head off. Like as you see it go back and like its mouth opening wide like its maw, and then it goes down to bite onto this old man's throat, and you just blow its head off.
Okay, and then I want to start like calling to them like to run faster to us.
Okay. Make me a persuasion check.
Okay. Ooh, that's pretty good. $19.
Okay, 19. All right, you yell this, and they all kind of turn to you, and you see some of them like look at their cart, like if they should grab it or not.
And I just tell him to leave it. Can I just yell at him to leave everything?
Yeah. They start just running in your direction. There seems to be about 6 of them that are still up. One of them is limping. You can see the woman with like the infant. You can see that her shoulder is covered in blood. And they're all just kind of like running in your direction. You can see one of them also appears to be maybe a 10-year-old boy is running in your direction. I would like each of you to roll me a d20.
Okay. Can I also look out to see if anything else is coming their way and to start preparing a rope to tie around me if I need to run out there?
Sure.
No running out. No leaving the path.
I
She
got an
will do that
18.
for innocent people.
18.
She doesn't care.
No.
Okay, mine was a 19.
18, 19. Ramus.
11.
Okay. Raise.
7.
7. Umbra.
15.
Did you say 15?
Yeah.
Okay. And TC.
I got a 6.
You watch as they're running in your direction. You watch as leaping up out of the grass, you see a long, almost insect-like arm coming out of the grass. You watch it pierce through the chest of a probably around 19-year-old woman who's running, and then you see it pull her down into the grass. And as the others are just running, screaming, you see as the woman with the infant gets onto the path. You watch as a father-looking man, almost like farmer, seems to arrive right after her. Then 2 more, and finally the 10-year-old boy just run onto the path. And you see as they get onto the path, and then you watch as they kind of turn around, and you see, and you just hear a faint, like, the clicking of, like, insects just off in that direction.
Okay, can I, like, run up to them and make sure they're all okay?
Sure. You run up. Almost all of them have injuries to some degree.
Okay, I want to make sure that they are away from the insect. I want to put myself in between them and where they came from.
Okay. You put yourself in between. You can see just barely. You can see blood spraying from where the person got stabbed and is in the grass.
Mm-hmm. And then I just
Ugh.
want to, like, start helping to heal
Okay.
all of them.
All right.
Yeah, can I attempt to, like, seal wounds and stuff?
Sure. You guys just work on bandaging, kind of getting these people set. There
For more
are
grievous ones, I can cast Cure Wounds.
the 2 most grievously injured appear to be the mother with the infant, and there is there's another young girl who appears to have been the twin of the girl who got pulled in the grass. And you can see that she has one of her legs is mangled. Looks like one of the wolves like actually had like a hold of her leg and was like dragging her.
Okay, does it need to be amputated?
Make a medicine check.
I mean,
Can I also help?
Sure.
would Cure Wounds just fix that, or?
It depends on how grievous the injury is, and you also don't know if these things were magical.
Okay.
16 for medicine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looking her over and looking at the wound, you can see in the bite marks there are actually, it almost looks like there's small shards of black crystal growing in like the cuts.
Okay, so that's a yes in my book. Can I have Trila help me amputate her?
Okay.
Have I seen this before, out of curiosity?
Have you seen this before? You've seen. Make me a history check, please.
Okay.
Would Evangeline tell us about the black crystals?
Yeah, she pointed out.
Okay, then I
Okay.
want to check the woman with the infant and see if she has that same stuff happening.
Yes,
And can I also roll history for if I've seen these before?
sure. So I need to
I
ask:
got
Are
it.
you looking for? Are both of you who are rolling history checks? Are you looking for? Have you seen the creatures before or the crystals?
Crystals.
Yeah, crystals. I got
That's a
10.
24.
24.
Mm.
And what was yours, Vienna?
A 10.
Okay. I will say for you, Vienna, it sounds familiar. And in fact, for most of you, like, these black crystals, like, they sound familiar. And it's something that, like, it almost sounds like an old story parents would tell their children at night. Like, just a scary story, right? But for you, Evangeline, you actually have not seen these crystals, but you know what it is. This particular, I need to just really quick make sure I have the name correct of what this is. Give me one moment. You can see, you've heard of this before. It's called the Carve.
The what?
The Carve. It's a plague.
Oh no.
And it is, the fact that it's here, is terrifying to you.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Because
I
this
am
is,
going to...
so really quick,
Oh.
I'm going to finish what I'm saying. You know that this only comes from the Plague Nation, from the Plague Lands. It is a walled-off nation that's tiny, that's in the far north of the Fal Theocracy. That is where the plague started, and the people contain it. The people there are all subject to this plague, but they are saving the rest of the world from it.
Okay.
And you are thousands and thousands of miles from Sufar. And so you're seeing this in these individuals, looking at them, and you can see this particular plague evident.
Is this only
Okay.
on those grievously wounded, or is this on other?
Make a perception check, please.
I would like to do the same if I can.
24.
24.
Ooh.
Yeah, really quick, get Evangeline's knowledge.
19.
Evangeline, you kind of looking, you can't see anything. You don't see anything wrong. Ray, you just kind of looking at them, you actually notice kind of the farmer-like man, who doesn't seem to be particularly injured at all. He seems to have, like, he has some cuts, like, on his arms, from, like, maybe claws or things like that. But you notice he's, like, kind of just trying to, like, hide a little bit. Like, his cuts and things, and as you get closer, you see the same thing is on his arms. As you look around at each of them, you can see it evident in each of their wounds is the same thing in every single person. And as you glance at the baby, you see that as the little child has stopped crying, but as you watch as the mouth opens wide, you can see some of the crystals forming in its mouth.
So I can assume that it wasn't the wolves that gave this to them, like they had it before.
Yes, they had it before.
So these people are probably from the Plague Lands.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, Evangeline.
Can I just back up? Do I know how this is spread? Is it spread by touch?
There's not enough known about it because it's been contained to Sufar for about 200 years.
Okay. Can I just have everybody else back up because she's not sure if it'll affect her as much because she's dead, but she's also gonna not really touch them, just kind of keep her distance a little bit.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then she's gonna gather all the party, not them. She's gonna leave them out. She's gonna be like, just stay right here. It'll be okay. And then she's gonna go over to you guys and tell you that they are plagued, at least the ones she's seen. And
They're
explain that to you.
all plagued. I'm pretty sure they're from this area you're talking about.
What are they doing all the way out here? That's a long ways away.
Can I ask them if they're from there?
You asked him?
Farmer dude seems to know a bit. Just so you know.
Okay. Are you just asking in general?
Mm-hmm.
You see as the man looks at you and says, "No, we're not from there." No.
And I'm sorry to say this so bluntly, but do you know that you have the plague of that area?
Can I insight his answer?
Sure, make an insight check.
I would like to as well.
Sure, go
Yeah.
for it.
I got a 22 on insight.
Deanna?
7.
So you can still tell he's lying.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You say this, and they all share glances. You can see the 10-year-old seems to be the least like out of the loop, but still seems to know that he shouldn't say anything about this.
Okay.
Why were you all
Actually, 1 second. Frey,
Okay.
I do need to say this. The twin. She does not seem to have any signs, from what you can see.
She doesn't?
She does not appear to have any signs. She seems perfectly healthy from what you can see, besides her leg being mangled. And so I did say that there was black stuff coming from her leg, but I was just looking at my notes. I was wrong. That is not. Her leg just looks like normal blood. Like, just looks mangled.
Okay. Will they let me take her to the back of our cart to get treated?
Make a persuasion check.
That's a natural 20, but it would be an 18.
Okay, still natural 20. They'll let you take her. You can see they're all watching you very warily. There's a lot of fear. But they're all just staring at you.
Okay.
As you kind of step forward, they kind of step back, and you're able to take her. You take her back to the back of the cart. As you look, you can still see that the wounds seem to be magical. Whatever the wolves were, they were magical. The wound can't simply be cure wounds.
Yeah. I'm going to ask for Trila's help and like guidance to help me treat her.
Okay.
Using my healer's kit and magic if it should be. So.
Okay. Between the two of you, you're able to work it out. You don't need to amputate the leg. But she's not going to be walking for several months.
Okay.
You can tell, like, as you're just like feeling the leg, you can tell that every major bone in her leg is also broken.
Ouchies. I want to try to like covertly ask her about not being infected.
Okay.
But just like not in view of like other people. Like I'll ask her directly.
Okay.
But
yeah. So you ask her this, and she just kind of like looks you right in the eyes, and she just says to you, I need to look at my notes real quick. Give me one moment.
Is she immune?
She says that she's a guardian.
A guardian?
She says, I'm a guardian.
Okay. Does this look like taxing on her? Like, is she about to pass out? Because if she needs rest, I will let her rest.
I want you to make me an insight check, actually.
Okay. 18.
Okay. You can tell it's taxing, but you're also quite surprised at just how tough she is. She has an incredibly high pain tolerance, you can already tell. And you can also tell that if you guys didn't make her sit here, she'd stand up.
All right. Dang. What a resolve. The others need to know that we do not wish them harm. But what are you guys doing out here in the Siren Plains?
Are you still trying to ask this outside of like other people's hearing?
Yeah.
Okay. She just looks at you and just says, "Wouldn't you want to see the world too? Wouldn't you want to see the world too?"
This is like a pilgrimage. Well, obviously you wouldn't take them out with a chance of infecting others. So do you know how the plague is spread?
Yes, I would know.
All right. That's all I'm going to ask of you for now. Stay here. I can't stop you from walking if you really, really, really want to. If you need help, just let me know. And then I guess I'll return to the group.
Yeah, I want to ask the family what they were doing off the path.
Okay. And just to clarify, they don't seem to all be family members. They seem to be several different families. You're just seeing what's left of what seems to have been 3 different families.
Okay.
So you're asking, what was the question? Sorry.
What were they doing off the path in the first place?
One of the, you can see the woman with the infant. She just kind of looks at you and says, "Well, we thought that we would be able to prevent any chance by being somewhere no one would go."
No one goes there for a reason, though. I don't know what to do about this.
All right. Is there like a standard procedure anyone would know about what to do if you find someone from this land? I'm guessing you're supposed to like alert the authorities or something, but
Kill them quickly.
You're correct,
maybe
TC.
that's how it spreads.
You're actually, they're supposed to be, like, they're
quarantined.
Yeah, they're quarantined.
With a deadly plague. You kill them if they leave.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be left alive. Umbron. So really quick before you go, 1 second, Umbron. I just needed to say this because you would all probably know this. 1 second. Sorry, my bad. But you would all know that there's a reason they don't leave Sufar. Yes, because of the plague, but they're also, if any of you, probably besides Frey, had heard, actually, it would most likely just be kind of Evangeline and maybe Sarah who would know this, maybe Umberon as well, but Guardians are the immune. They're the people from Sufar who are immune to this particular disease, and they're also the ones who, they're in charge of, they're the ones who usually end up in charge of the carriers until they eventually die. You also know that this particular nation is incredibly disciplined. They don't, people don't usually leave. This is the first time you've ever heard of this ever happening in the 200 years Sufar has been quarantined.
Wow.
Ooh, I should have asked her if her sister was immune, but that might be too soon.
Go ahead, Ramus. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I need to do Umberon first. Umberon was going to say something.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
Go ahead.
For the purposes of lay on hands, is there a difference between a plague and a disease?
You'd have to try. You'd also have to touch him.
Ooh.
You know, when I get the curve.
Have any of us already touched them? Because we were treating their wounds.
Evangeline was wearing gloves, so she's fine. And Frey is a metalier, so he's a different thing entirely.
Oh, yes. I'm actually immune to that kind of stuff.
Did I?
Lay on hands work with gloves?
No, you weren't touching them, Raze. I think I would have noticed and then had you back up because you were coming to help me.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Umbra.
Does lay on hands work with gloves?
I'd say it might, but you do know it works better with the actual, like, skin to skin.
Sure, it's fine. We don't know how it spreads. It could just be random.
Didn't the
It
girl
doesn't
say she
necessarily-
knows how it spreads?
Yeah,
an
Brayden asked
entire
her.
like country is quarantined.
I'm
Like-
just afraid of what they're gonna do if they if we turn our back to them.
I'm
Slightly.
watching them right now. It's okay.
Yeah.
And Ramus had something too.
Go ahead, Rams.
I I wanted to maybe give the 10-year-old kid a toy from my bag.
I would like to. Can I stop you, Ramus, before you actually hand it to him?
Must you
can I-
stop me every time I make a move?
You can't touch them, Ramus. Not with your skin.
It's covered in fur. It's fine.
No, I think it'll spread with fur as well.
Fine, I'll be careful. But look at the kid. They were just attacked. He needs some help.
Okay, but try your best not to touch them.
I'll try, okay?
You step forward
Ramus goes and touches one just for funsies.
and you hand this to them. The little boy kind of takes it and he just looks up at you and says, "Thank you."
Mhm.
Right. The rest of you.
We now shall refer to him as Tiny Tim. Um, I would say Evangeline probably does know the most about this, so I'm gonna pull Evangeline to the side.
I'm currently watching the family. Does somebody else want to watch the family?
I'll watch them.
Don't.
No, Sarah Fair's watching them.
No,
Sarah,
don't
you
put
watch the
me in
family.
charge, because I'm having a heated debate in his. He's like been quiet and thinking. He's having a quiet debate on whether he should just kill all of them.
Okay,
Like-
you're not watching them either. She's just gonna have you whisper in her ear, pray, while she's watching.
Yeah. I mean, I know how suspicious this looks to them that I'm whispering to you, but
But they would know why we're suspicious because they know where they come from.
that the lady back there says that she's a guardian and that they're kind of on a pilgrimage to see the world.
Okay, will you stay here and watch them while I go talk to her for a minute?
Sure. I'll put on a
Thank you.
show with Viana.
Okay, make sure Viana does not touch them either.
Oh yeah, no, they ain't getting anywhere near her.
Okay. And then
And
I want to walk around.
you walk around. You can see her laying there. As you kind of get close, you can see she's got interestingly green hair, almost like a seafoam color. And it goes back. The sides are shaved, so it's almost like a mohawk. But it goes back. And she has it in a bun high up top, and then
Race are they? Out of curiosity.
she appears to be human of a variety. Something's a little bit off. She's not exactly human. The others, she seems to be directly related to the woman with the infant. The little boy is a tiefling, as is the older man, the farmer. The other singular individual is seems to be a what would be some sort of a shifter.
Is he a Bestian or a...
No, shifter and bestian are different.
Oh, and what's the other one? The Animaya?
Anamaya, yeah, they're also different.
Animaya.
So,
Okay,
so
cool.
shifter is someone who has vaguely animal-like. Look.
A shifter is like a descendant of a werewolf,
Yeah.
essentially.
You basically you look mostly human, but with like your face might be like a little bit elongated or things like that.
You might have eyes that look like a wolf's eyes,
Yeah.
or stuff like that, like fur.
Whereas as Beastie and actually like have some of like the actual characteristics of those, and Animaya they look exactly like animals, but walk on two legs and act in that sort of.
Ah, okay, cool.
Okay, Casey, can I go talk to the girl who's the guardian?
Yeah, you step back there. She seems to be around 19. As you step back, you do see that she's kind of you can see her just like she seems to be like touching like her leg where it's been like cut and such, and you can see she's touching like the top of her thigh. Seems almost like she's picking at something, but there's nothing there.
Okay, can I just like?
And I'm also just going to tell you, you can see on her arms are tattoos. And you can see just at the base of her neck, at the back of her neck, you can as you're kind of stepping around, you also can see faint tattoos.
Okay.
They're faint, like almost the same color as her hair.
Okay. Can I just like step up in front of her and just kind of like crouch to look her in the eye since she's sitting down?
Okay.
And just ask her, why did you bring these people here if you know that we're supposed to kill them on sight?
She looks up and just looks you like straight in the eyes, just like this iron expression. And she just says, "What would you do if you were about to watch everyone you cared about die in less than a month? What would you do?"
Is there a mass purge going on there?
No, there's not. People die every day in Sufar. I've watched my grandparents die. I've watched my cousins, my aunts and uncles. I've watched both of my little baby sisters die. I've watched so many die. I changed her accent. It's my bad. It's fine.
It's all good. But where have we heard 1 month before?
Stop.
Why did you bring it to the rest of the world to have others suffer the same thing you have?
Was Ray's out for a month?
She looks at you, and you can see just this, like, the same iron expression. And she reaches back slowly, and she pulls from, like, you can see there's still a small bag connected to her. She pulls out, and she takes off the bag, and she just, like, throws it on the ground at your feet.
And what is this?
Take a look.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
Since I have gloves on, I'm fine.
Okay. As you open it, it's full of smashed glass. And there's some sort of a liquid.
And what is this supposed to mean to me?
It's a catalyst. I guess catalyst isn't the right word, but it's meant to keep them from being contagious.
And are you sure this works?
Yes.
Would you bet their lives on that?
Yes.
Oh, now it's smashed.
Yes, I would. However, this was the last of it. And now it's gone.
And would you have us kill them?
No. I would kill you first.
Then what should we do?
I suggest you let us go.
If we let you go, millions could die.
I understand that. But I refuse to let outsiders kill my own family. But if you
I'm
leave,
not sure.
she looks at you, and you can see like the eyes that are kind of this iron expression, and you watch as they seem to harden even more, and you see her grit her teeth, and you watch as a tear begins to fall from one eye, and she says, "Don't worry, I will make it quick for each of them."
Would you allow me to stay behind, at least to make sure that the job is done?
I will not allow you to watch their deaths.
I don't want to watch them die. I just need to make sure that we do what we are supposed to save others.
You may come back and check the bodies, but that is it. If I see you do anything to them, I will kill you myself.
Would you like me to bury them for you?
I wouldn't. The plague is more contagious after death.
Okay. Then I will not.
Do not breathe around corpses.
Okay.
And you can just see, like, just the resolve of somebody, but also the anguish, the agony.
Can I just like lean forward to like put a hand on her arm and just like communicate to her silently like how sorry she is that she has to do this and like the life she's gone through?
Yeah, you lean forward. You can see it's not enough to make up for anything, but it's something.
Okay. And then can I step back and she's not going to get near any of the party at this point after hearing that?
Okay.
Until she can make sure that she's not diseased.
Okay.
Burn her.
Does anyone in the party
If
that
I can,
know
I'd
of?
like to.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, if I can, I would like to, without touching him, just kind of like try to start a game with the kid and like try to cheer him up a little bit more.
Okay. Make me a performance check.
Just like
Yeah.
get to know him a little bit.
Yeah, make a performance check.
Oh, I have proficiency in that for this exact reason.
I know you do.
Oh, a 22.
22. Yeah, you're able to entertain him, and he just kind of starts laughing at the different things you're doing. Kind of make some puppets and do some fun stuff there, and he's just as happy. You can see, the shock is starting to set in with the family of all these different people. You watch as the woman with the infant just sits down on the ground, and she just stares at the cart off there. And you can actually see there's still blood that you can see from here on the cart. And you can see the blood on the grass where the twin was pulled into the ground. And you see her just staring in that direction.
She's their mom.
What's in the cart?
From here, it seems to just be foodstuffs.
Okay, like no vials of. Not that I know about that. So
No, doesn't seem to be. Go ahead.
And do I know of anyone in the party who can detect plague or sickness?
I don't think so.
Do I know if Trila can?
She doesn't seem to be magical in any way.
Okay.
Go ahead, Amara.
I've used detect poison disease to detect poison.
Yeah, you can probably detect it if you cast it.
Oh yeah, and I know that you detected poison too, so I would probably go to you and ask you to.
Also, if I
I'm
go
gonna
into
keep my
rage,
distance,
I
though.
can.
What were you doing, Raze?
If I go into rage, I can detect poison and disease as well.
Okay, then we'll
So-
wait and let Umberon go first. So are you
Yep,
casting
I'm
that,
gonna-
Umberon?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you.
Sure. I also have something else I would like to do, but I
Okay.
can do this first.
Okay, casting it. You can see as you kind of glance around, you can see that the girl in the cart doesn't seem to give off any of this at all. Like she just doesn't give off any sense of this disease, this plague. But the other people give off a heavy sense, like a disease on steroids. You can see on Evangeline, her gloves seem to be covered in it, and it seems to be slowly climbing the gloves. As you look over at Frey, you can see that it's almost falling off of him like ash.
Are you gonna tell me about my gloves?
Yeah.
Okay. She's gonna just like step back and she's gonna just take her gloves off. She doesn't care
Okay.
at this point, and she's gonna be very careful not to touch.
Yeah.
Like the end, so she's gonna like use the back of her gloves to take the other glove off.
Yeah. You guys each see melted and burned skin of somebody who has been burned beyond living.
And then she's just gonna
Blackened.
throw them into the weeds, and then she probably has a spare set somewhere, so she's probably just gonna put those on.
Okay. Yeah, you put those on. Okay. And what else did you want to do, Umbra?
I would like to attempt to reach out to Vita.
Make me a religion check. You can use your wisdom modifier for this if you'd like.
That doesn't help much. Can I use my charisma?
No.
I thought so. I'm going to use my Tides of Chaos.
Okay.
That is a dirty 20.
All right. As you reach out, you do feel. It takes a second, but then you just feel something close. You feel like the presence of a motherly-like figure. Silent, but caring. And you feel the love. And you feel almost a question. What's your answer?
What is the question?
The question is, what do you want?
Yeah, what do you want? What are you looking for?
I want to know if I'm powerful enough to save them.
Okay.
If there's anything I can do.
As you ask this, and you sit there, Frey, you would notice, and probably Sarixer as well, you would notice a faint, almost like a dark light of like the moon shining through leaves coming off of Baron, as he's just standing there. You feel a sense that you are not. But there's also a secondary part of the answer, which is that you could be. You can, if you want to know more about that, you're welcome to try and know more. But that's all she can just give you in this sense.
I guess I'll try to see how I could be stronger.
Okay. As you just kind of reach out, trying to know more, this sense of helplessness in this situation, and you do feel almost like there's some like glass in between you and something on the other side, within the magic you hold inside. There's glass there. But you also, as soon as you can feel yourself kind of touching it, and you know you're only here with the help of a goddess, and you feeling it, you know that if you were to break it, a lot of you would break. And a lot of you would change. But if you broke it, you could have the power to save these people.
Break the glass.
Okay. As you reach forward, you feel yourself placing your hands in the glass. And with a resolve, you feel the glass beginning to break, and you feel a cold mist coming out onto you. You feel a dormant piece of you hidden under what you've been, beginning to surge to the surface. Do you keep breaking the glass? Okay. The glass continues to shatter. You can feel it beginning to fray, like the spikes, the webbing of this glass shattering before it finally explodes before you, and you feel this wave of mist hit you. And you feel it begin to wrap you. And you feel it's cold, but it's also somehow familiar. You feel as it begins to... It's painful. You feel as it begins to rip the sorcerer that you are away. Begins to destroy it, to eat it away. And you feel as you begin to take in and you breathe in the mist. And you place your hand out to the side and you watch all of you do as a sword made of pure mist drops into your hand. And mist begins to pool around you. And you feel your connection to Vita also increase. And you feel the power as this just begins to increase. And you feel you're not the same. And you know something's changed drastically, but you also can feel a power that, if only for a moment, is much stronger than it was before. What do you do?
Tell how I would be able to use this power to help them.
Yes. And you know that it could be incredibly painful for them, but you do know how you could help them. It's your choice. You know they would live, but you know it would hurt.
Is it something I'd have to do right
Yeah.
now, or would I have time?
You have about 30 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll say I'm sorry, and then I'll do it.
Okay. The mist pools out in front of you and hits them, and you watch all of you do is the mist like climbs up them and it goes into their wounds. It goes into their faces, into their mouths and ears and eyes and their noses. You watch as the shards of this black crystal begin to fall away onto the ground, clinking onto the ground, and then beginning to just disappear in the mist. The mist seeming to consume it. You watch as each of them begins to gasp, and you watch as some of them start screaming as the pain seems to be unbearable. But you watch as, finally, as you feel the power begin to ebb and you feel a almost exhaustion coming over you from a immense amount of power from your awakening, for lack of a better word, beginning to fade. You feel almost arms catch you. And the rest of you watch as seeming to appear in the space next to Umberon without being bidden, just there. You can see that standing there now seeming to hold up him is you can see a man that seems to be covered in fungus and wearing a green cloak and clothing. Their ears pointed like an elf's. Their face long and solemn, but a soft smile on their face as they catch Umberon and just kind of slowly lay him down. And Umberon, you see this same face above you that just says, "Well done, brother. Rest for now." And you just kind of feel your eyes closing. The rest of you watch as the people stop gasping, stop screaming. They look up and they look down, and you see the plague seems to be gone. They don't seem to have any of it on them. They seem to be fine, whole, and healthy.
Were their wounds healed too?
No. Just seems to have purged that plague.
Can I make sure that Umberon is still alive?
Sure. Make a medicine check.
Okay. Oh, that's really good. That's a 17.
Okay. As the man disappears, seeming to fade away, and you see, like, leaves just kind of appear where he was, falling to the ground into the snow. You kind of lean down and you check, and he's alive. He seems mostly like he's simply fallen asleep.
Okay. And then can I go try and like check the people, like to see if I can see any crystals on them and then try and like touch them and like make sure they're okay?
Yeah. You go over and you check. The crystals seem to be entirely gone.
Okay. Then she's just gonna start crying in relief.
Okay.
She just like starts hugging him.
Okay. Yeah.
I just want to make sure the kid's okay.
Yeah, he seems fine. It was hard for you to watch him in pain. But you also almost felt like the strong wind of a storm, like a hand on your shoulder to keep you still.
Mm-hmm.
And you just can see the man, like, you see, like, the little boy, like, just kind of look up, and you see he is looking just down at his hands. And you can see that he seems to have, like, regained some color. And he's just looking up, and then his eyes, like, look at the man who's now asleep on the ground. And you see as he, like, glances at all of you, and then he gets up and walks over and just kind of kneels down on the ground and puts his hands, and he just kneels down and, like, lays down, like, his chest on his head on Umberon's chest, and you just hear him say, "Thank you. You saved my family's life. Thank you." And I think that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Wow. The god in the group. What the heck, man? We're level 3. Get out of here.
That's
I'm unconscious.
yeah, he's unconscious currently.
Dead.
He's dead. You killed him.
Stomping on
His
his
soul
head.
left his body.
Mm.
Whoa.
Well, thank you guys all for being here. This is just awesome. I'm glad to share these like experiences with all of you guys, and with not just the players, but with the audience, but especially with you guys. Being able to play with you guys is really awesome. Thank you guys.
Mm.
And we'll let you, all of the viewers, go, and we'll let you have a good rest of your evening. This next week we will not be here, but we will be back the next week. And if you have anybody that you'd like to watch this, this episode will go out this upcoming Tuesday on YouTube. The YouTube link, or not link, but the title of it is right there below the screen, so we'll give you a couple seconds if you want to grab that or anything before we head out here. But thank you guys. Dang, you guys are so cool. The people I play with. Nice job. That was awesome. All right.
That was really fun. I like that.
Yeah.
I nearly earth tremored the castle.
Dang. All
I
right.
think the castle would have come down on top of all of us.
Yeah, you probably would have all died. All right. We'll see you guys. Thank you guys for coming and watching. Have a great
bye-bye.
night.